Okay, how about... There we go! I don't know what the whole deal with that was. Anyway, I'm here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another stream of Castle Walls. Sorry if that may have scared some of you. Alright, anyway. I'm gonna attempt to finish the rest of this, or at least finish the rest of what I can. The last time that we stopped, we left off here. We're battling against Wallace in a dream, perhaps? Because none of this would be happening in real life. So we had either we either have an option to punch or use magic. So I left a save right here, just in case if either of them were to do the goodness. Anyway, we're gonna punch. Miss. Ow. Okay. Enemy Wallace uses headbutt. Thy hit points decreased by 3. I won't miss this time. Or I won't mess up this time. So magic. What? Use his head. Okay. Am I gonna Oh, it would. Hold on. Is it actually gonna do the same thing? Okay, so no matter what, it's... Okay, so it's a scripted fight. Okay. I'm gonna use... I'm gonna use magic this time. For this one.
Come on, boy.
What the hell? Enemies' hit points have been reduced by 5. Alright, this is taking forever. You asked for it. Enemy Wallace uses potion. They don't call me the gatekeeper for nothing. Enemy Wallace uses rumbling of the earth. Is this his Z move? Thy hit points decreased by 4. Diverse, I'm gonna need your help for this. Right. Please transfer your spirit energy and your love wave. So that we may obliterate this plight from the universe. This is some good coding. Special attack, rainbow explosion. Oh yeah, sorry for anybody. Oh yeah, I was supposed to thou hast done well in defeating the enemy. I forgot to warn the epilepsy warning because they showed that last stream. But would the same thing have happened if I did this? The enemy's hit points have been reduced by 5. Alright. Skip! Thou hast done well in defeating the enemy. We did it! Hooray! Now he's no more. I can't help but jump in excitement over our epic victory. Not today! What? You're coming with me. Yuri, help! This turned into a pretty scary nightmare. I can't move. My back is stuck against the chalkboard and I'm levitating off the ground. Try as hard as I may, I can't move my arms or legs. What did I do to deserve this? Monica angrily approaches me, and I have no idea why. Monica, what's going on? Shut up. But I don't get— I said shut up! My emotions are pierced by her words as I'm paralyzed. I've had enough of you ruining the club for both me and Natsuki. All you've been is nothing but trouble, and I know exactly how to deal with people like you. A smile I don't like appears as she snaps her fingers. Hold it right there! Yuri! Hi, love! Quick, do the thing again! Right! Outfit change, rainbow mode activate. No! Does that mean— You know it! I got my powers back and I'm about to get rid of Diverse once and for all. No! I won't let you! No! I can't move! Finally, I gonna do what I should have done years ago. You forget, Monica. School rules say that the club president can't kill its members. I am more than the club president. Die, Diverse! Oh, Jesus. Ah! I immediately bolt upwards out of panic due to the dream I just had. My mind races like crazy as I try to keep my breathing under control. Looking around a bit shows Yuri still sitting next to me with a look of concern. Diverse, is everything alright? I can't help but stare at her for a little bit while I try to get a grip on everything again. Yeah, I'm fine. Must have been a bad dream or something. Oh, I see. I was a little worried there for a bit. What was it even about? I'm left staring indirectly at the seats in front of me as I try for the life of me to remember what my dream was about. I can't remember. Well, if I'm gonna be completely fair, Monica hasn't really done anything wrong throughout the whole mod so far, so... Again, it could just be dreams basically just saying, I'm scared. Well, I mean, I guess Diverse in this mod is kind of scared of Monica with her being the club president and all. But if anything, I really don't think Monica's done anything wrong in this mod so far. It's Natsuki that should be in jail. I can't remember. But it felt so real. I look over to Yuri again. How long was I asleep for? I'm not too sure. I dozed off for a while as well. Why does that sound familiar? After a little bit, I look outside the bus windows to try and see if I know After a little bit, I look outside the bus windows to try to see if I know where we're at. And sure enough, we just passed by some of the residential areas in our town. That's a huge relief. Whew! Okay, looks like we're not too far away from our stop then. You're right. Let's get ready to go, shall we? That was actually pretty unsettling, not gonna lie. Explicit dialogue warning. Gotcha. Everything leading up to right now has been pretty nice, not gonna lie. We had to go back to Yuri's place to get some stuff from her house, and she wanted to spend the night at my place again. Not complaining at all. Once we arrived back at my place, we worked as a team to get everything all ready for our return to school tomorrow, which turned out great. Lunch for tomorrow was prepared, as well as our bags and clothes. The both of us decided to go to bed a little earlier than usual, as we'll have to wake up early and whatnot. Once Yuri made herself all comfy on the right side of my bed, I turn off my lights, walk over and make my spot on the left side. Not gonna lie, it feels surreal being close to her like this. Once we're both turned around to face each other, she brings the blanket over to my side of the bed. Her hand manages to glide across my stomach while trying to cover me. Hey, that tickles! A smile I think I've seen Monica make a time or two shows up on her face. Oh, it does? Uh-oh. Oh god, no! I think I just signed my death warrant. Next thing I know, her fingers are lightly crawling all over me. I can't help but laugh and wiggle around at the sensation of this. Okay, enough! You're so cute, Diverse. You know what? I wonder if she is too. Once I'm fully recovered and have caught my breath, I scooch a little closer to her to try to do the same to her tummy. She doesn't react anywhere near as violently as I do. Instead, she closes her eyes and lets out an audible I'm starting to feel awkward about this, so I back away and keep my hands to myself. Sorry. I thought you were ticklish too. Keep going. What? It's fine, love. With my mind racing, I reluctantly place my hands on top of her sweater where her tummy is, but she quickly lifts her sweater up a bit, takes my hands and places them on her exposed tummy. I'm too nervous to know what to do next, so I just stare at her, not sure how to feel. Go up higher. Her quiet and reserved nature and her quiet and reserved nature in her is pretty much gone at this point. She doesn't mean... I slowly bring my hands upwards until my fingertips feel the lace on the bottom part of her... bra. That's where I stop moving. Hey. I don't want to do anything you're uncomfortable with. Shh. It's okay this time, Diverse. Here, maybe this will help. She brings her hands down to grip the bottom of her sweater and bring it upwards, exposing her black lace bra with a cute heart in the middle. Her sweater is then thrown onto my bedroom floor. Now she takes a hold of her black leggings and removes them from herself, throwing them on the ground too. Oh yeah, sex scene. The sight in front of me is angelic. My girlfriend, laying this close and this exposed to me. She even kept on the bandages I put on her a few days ago. There's no way this is happening. They're bigger than I thought. Are you supposed to be able to barely see veins on them? To my surprise, she takes my hand that's under her, brings it up and under the left side of her bra and carefully places it so she's entirely in my hand. I can feel her poking the palm of my hand. My heartbeat bolts upwards and a jolt of excitement hits me as it's starting to get really hot in here. All that feels right to do is to carefully squeeze her. She lets out a soft, cute moan that I'll never unhear as my fingertips get lost in the squishy texture. Her lowered voice drips with euphoria. I've waited a long time for this, Diverse. You don't mean... She brings me close and draws me in for a kiss, which I wasn't expecting. She manages to moan mid-kick as I instinctively grab her again. Once she backs away, she brings an arm over my shirt and starts unbuttoning my jeans. I think I'm ready for this. Have you thought about what'll happen if you two do something you'll regret later on? Yuri, wait. Try as I may, my hand can't escape her bra. Her flirtatious look is slowly going away. Diverse, what's wrong? This is kinda embarrassing to say. I'm not ready for kids yet. Her smile that I know and love comes back. Diverse, it's okay. You don't need to worry about that. What do you mean? I don't have protection anywhere in here. I never thought I would need it in my life, so buying it never ran through my mind. It's okay. Those pills you saw me take the other day? Those weren't headache pills. I had this in mind when I went to the pharmacy the other day. Her voice has a very reassuring tone to it. So wait. Those were... Yup. And that means you can't... She brings me in for another kiss, a bit softer this time. Once she pulls back, she starts fumbling with the zipper on my jeans. Mm-hmm. Please tell me you're not lying to me. She backs away from me, gets up on her knees, and brings her hands around her back. After some messing around, she has her bra straps in both her hands and completely removes it from her body. Once her bra's on the ground and she's fully exposed, I can see how perfect she really is. God, she's so beautiful. This is insane. Before I get the chance to do what I want to them, she brings her knees up into the air, reaches down and removes her cute rainbow underwear, fully exposing herself. All of her clothes are now on my bedroom floor. As she moves around to make herself more comfy, her breasts jiggle around, which excites me even more. It's starting to smell a little different here now she's like this. Almost like market fresh fish. It's rather intoxicating, not repulsive at all. Diverse. I wouldn't put you through something like that right now. I want this to be something we can both enjoy, and I don't want you worrying about anything. Don't you trust me? After a moment of staring at the perfection in front of me and thinking things through, I get up out of bed and start removing my clothes, all for her to see. My luscious hair flows around me as my t-shirt leaves my body and lands on the floor. Her eyes widen as the rest of my clothes hit the floor, showing her that which no one else has seen. She looks about as excited as I feel as I get back in bed beside her. Our exposed bodies like this against each other are almost too much for me to handle. I do. She gets up close to where our noses are touching and body is pressed up against mine, feeling her poke against me. I never thought I'd be able to open up to anyone like this, let alone someone as perfect as her. I feel like I can trust her with pretty much anything now. Our eyes speak to each other and never strays away as our passion ignites. Her skin feels silky smooth as my hand travels across her thighs, eventually to her nether region. Her arm glides across mine and makes its way down below my stomach. She brings her voice down to a seductive whisper. You can do whatever you want to me. Tuesday, October 19th. I suddenly look over at chat and everyone's like, oh my god, he's getting lucky! Oh no! Oh no! No, stop! Don't do it, son! No! Okay. I'll let this one slide, but I have explained in my past before where sometimes sex scenes need to be warranted when we're playing mods like this, so that one I was a little 50-50 about. Because, oh god, bad dream, we're get lost, so, and then suddenly we're having sex. Yeah, I don't know what that, yeah. That was, yeah, it was kind of weird. It was really, really wholesome. It was really, really cute because they finally got to that point in their lives where they're just like, oh, this is so awesome. We can finally have a good ending and happy lives together. And let's have sex. But before that, we were just kind of having like a really weird fever dream. And then suddenly it ended really, really horrifying. I'm going to be completely honest. That Monica sprite scared the crap out of me. But anyway, though, it was morely 50 kind of weird and 50 kind of wholesome. I guess it didn't really feel warranted, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not saying it was a weird scene. It was really cute, but it just didn't feel very warranted. Anyway, continuing. Well, that escalated quickly. Our first day back at school was somewhat of a success, I'd say. I'm not gonna lie, everything was impossible to focus on thanks to flashbacks of last night constantly showing up throughout the day. That was truly unforgettable. Ever since then, Yuri's been a little more clingy than usual around me. Walking to school in the hallways during lunchtime. I'm not really complaining though. Lunchtime was pretty fun. It was spent in the classroom like usual. Me and Yuri prepared grilled chicken, green peppers, red onions, and portobello mushrooms that we brought from the grocery store. Not only that, but cuddle time between us was awesome like always. And I'm out again. See you later. Alright, see you later, La Pollo. It's finally time. Carefully placing all my stuff in my backpack, I get up from my seat and leave math class for the day. Now, if I remember right, Monica said she had something planned for all of us today. Before I can start thinking about what she has in mind, I feel an arm being wrapped around my waist. I look to my right to see who it is. Hi, love! Oh, hey, you! I show her a happy smile of mine as we continue making our way to the stairs. How'd the rest of your day go? It was nothing too special. What about you? I can say the same. Felt like a drag. Yeah, you just have to have that happen. By the way, did you hear that Monica has something planned for all of us today? No. Nobody told me. Yeah, take a look. Reaching into my jeans pocket to grab my flip phone, I flip it open and bring up mine and Monica's messages for her to read. A few seconds pass, which I assume were spent by Yuri reading the message, but I look over to her to see her typing something in my phone. What? What's she doing? It isn't long after when she gives my still open phone back to me with a smile on her face. Looking at my phone screen shows she's typed out, "I love you," in the message box, but didn't hit send. I can feel my face starting to burn up now. Keeping my phone behind my back and tapping the red button to delete the message, I place my head on her left shoulder, closer to her breast. Oh, you. She does the cutest giggles in response as my phone goes back into my right pocket. I love you too, by the way. The rest of the walk is surrounded by a comfortable silence between us until we approach and enter the club room. As the both of us step in, we are greeted by the usual scene. The usual smell of this classroom still remains, as the poster that me and Yuri made for the festival is hung up above the chalkboard. A nice thing to come back to on our first day back at the club. Doesn't take long for Monica to look over and notice us. As she walks over to where we are, my mind starts racing on what she could possibly have planned for us. Hi, you two! She does that one pose in front of me that I'm starting to think is a trademark of hers now. Looks like you're feeling all better, right, Diverse? Left hand goes to the back of my head. Yeah, things are much better now. Good, I'm glad to hear. Now, didn't you say you had something planned for us today? I did. I'm gonna wait until we're all settled in to make an announcement. I was kinda hoping she would tell me what we would be doing right now, but oh well, I can wait. Very well then. With that, she returns to normal and then walks away to her desk. It's probably to get whatever she has planned ready. While I'm still feeling happy about how today's going, I can't help but feel nervousness build up inside about what we'll have to participate in. I wonder if Yuri's feeling the same way. Before I get the chance to look over to see how she's doing, Sayori pops up seemingly out of nowhere with her orange bow again. Yuri! She walks up and gives Yuri a bear hug, a surprise to the both of us. Ah! After a few seconds of not responding, she eventually wraps her arms around Sayori's back, albeit reluctantly. Sayori breaks away from her and backs up to look at the both of us. We really missed you two! I heard you weren't feeling so well, buddy. I kinda hope Natsuki doesn't approach us like this. This is the second time today. That'd be kinda weird. Yeah, but things are alright now.
Awesome! I bet Yuri was a big help!
I look over to Yuri and wrap my arm around her right arm. I don't care who's looking right now. She really has been.
Alright, I'll stop bugging you two! I'm excited for you guys to see what I have planned for today!
I raise a curious eyebrow at her. I thought Monica was the one who had something planned. Maybe she helped her with it. She is vice president after all. Once I break away from Yuri, my arms go behind my back. Me too. Wait, that didn't sound right. I bet Sayori feels as awkward as I do as she flashes me a contrived smile and walks over to the desk that Monica's at. Looking a bit past Yuri and over the closet shows Natsuki sitting all by herself reading her manga. She has this look on her face that almost looks like she doesn't want to be bothered. Should I go over there and let her know what's going on? Maybe it's best if I don't, not with that expression. A few seconds pass and I realize that me and Yuri haven't moved away from the club door. Before I usher her to go over to her desk, Monica walking up to the chalkboard gets caught in my peripheral vision. I decide to give her my attention instead. Okay, everyone! We're gonna make today special, as Sayori and I have something planned for all of us to participate in today. Now, if I could ask all of you together... I'll get it! I don't know why I instinctively said that out loud. Everyone seems to look at me with anticipation now. Turning around, I open the door that's close to me. Of all the people that could show up, it's Todd. He's the guy that was talking to Monica on the festival day. I wonder what he's here for. Oh, hey there, Diverse. His smooth and friendly tone of voice puts me a bit more at ease. Oh, hi, Todd. My left hand goes to the back of my head. May I speak to the president and vice president of your club? It's about important school matters. For once, someone actually told me what's going on. That's awesome. Yeah, sure, give me a moment. Thanks, bud. Turning away from Todd, I walk over to approach Monica and place my arms behind my back. Todd would like to speak to you and Sayori about school stuffs. She raises a curious eyebrow, but then smiles for whatever reason. Next, she looks over to Sayori and I can only assume gives her a look that says, "Come here." Sayori's eyelids bolt upwards, and then she smiles at her like she gets what she's saying and walks over to Monica. How people are able to communicate like that, I have no idea. That's something I could never pick up on. Facial expressions and even hand gestures have almost always been a mystery to me. There can be so many different meanings behind them. Once Sayori and Monica approach the clubroom door, they both leave the room, but don't close the door all the way. The clubroom is now considerably more quiet. Natsuki and Yuri haven't spoken a word ever since Todd interrupted us. Kinda curious as to what they could possibly be talking about over there. Deciding to keep quiet, I try my absolute best to listen to what they're saying out there. So handsome, what do you need from us? Well...
Monica, stop being silly and let him speak!
The deadline for the school paper is tomorrow, and I'm almost done with the article on how the festival went. Your club is the last one I have to interview, and I'd like to get your guys' preference on how your section of the paper will look. It should only take about 15 or 20 minutes. It's always something, isn't it? What was that? It's nothing. We'll be right back.
Oh, try not to feel bad. We can always do what we planned tomorrow.
I suppose. Doesn't take long for the clubroom door to open for Monica to walk in. She doesn't look the happiest as she walks over to the teacher's desk to grab some stuff. When she's done, she stops where she usually makes her announcement and looks in our direction. What we have planned for today will have to wait another day. You three can have a free day for the rest of the day. Siri and I will be back in a little while. And just like that, Monica turns on her heel and exits the club room, leaving just the three of us. An eerie silence fills the club room after she shuts the door. Surprisingly enough, I'm not feeling disappointed at all over what she had to say. The less social interaction, the better, I suppose. I think I know what I want to do to pass the time today. Having never left Yuri's side, I tug on her left sleeve to get her attention. Hey, would you like to read more of your book for the rest of the day? That seems to have brightened her mood. I'd love to. Natsuki will remember that. Nice! Okay then. I have to use the restroom first. How about we make some tea for us before we read? My eyelids slowly ascend upwards to her. That doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I'd like that. Good. Go get the teapot and kettle all set up while I'm gone, okay? I happily nod at her. Got it. She gives me a warm smile and turns around to leave the club room. A little bit of excitement flutters around me inside me as I start heading towards where the teapot is. I guess it really is the little things. I'll make sure to not make the same mistake from last time today. Once I approach the closet, I stop in my tracks at the sight of Natsuki sitting in a chair close by, reading more of her manga. She still has that look on her that says, "Don't bother me." Almost all the happiness in me is turned into nervousness. Come on, stop it. It won't be that bad. All I'm doing is getting the teapot. Just don't bother her at all. That being thought, I quietly approach the closet and start looking around for the teapot. Stop! Frozen in place by those words ringing through my ears, I slowly look over to see Natsuki eyeing me down like a hawk. Get out! She's making me feel really uneasy and even more nervous. The closet's for girls only! Now get out! What? What is wrong with her? I'm just getting the teapot. That's all. She angrily gets up from her seat and stomps her way in front of me, blocking the closet. Well, too bad. You don't get to. Now beat it! The nervousness in me is starting to turn into fear. I just want tea time with my girlfriend. Spit it out or leave! We don't speak fluent brain fuck here! Alright, that's it. What in the atomic fuck is wrong with you? I just need the teapot and that's all! You trying to get your dumb little special needs hand in my closet is what's wrong! This is mine and Dad's house, so if you don't like it here, you can move out. Well, who died and made you superintendent? Unless you can show me it's your damn closet, just let me in and I'll leave you alone. Uh-oh, I better not start tearing up. I haven't felt this angry at someone ever since last week when... Yuri, I could really use your help right now. Natsuki angrily reaches into her bag, pulls out her phone, and taps on it a few times. Next, she points it at me in such a way where the camera's facing me. Look, everyone! It's the goofed-in-the-head kid who went crazy and called me a fucking idiot today! Who let this stupid ass in our school anyways? I just now realized what she's doing. No, I didn't say that! Stop it! I can't take this anymore! No, I don't want to be here anymore! Why'd I get myself into this mess? As if by miracle, my world stops crumbling apart as the clubroom door opens up and Yuri enters the room. Finally! Before I give her the chance to figure out what's going on, I run over to her, embrace her tightly, and rest my head on her shoulder. Ah! Diverse? An almost paralyzing fear strikes me as I realize people in my school will see this. And she's gonna tell everyone. She's being really mean! She what? I flinch a tiny bit at her raised voice being run through my ears. It's not very often she speaks like this. Yuri then lightly pushes away and starts angrily walking over towards Natsuki. I'm a little scared of how the scene in front of me is going to unfold. What's the reason for this? Oh, sure. He gets his fun bag's girlfriend to fight for him. Yuri then realizes the phone being pointed at her and she swats it away with great force as she sees backhanding God himself. It loudly hits the floor and gets sent over to the other side of the room. The hell is wrong with you? Knock it off and leave him alone. He's done nothing to deserve this. He's been the biggest pain in my ass since he's joined. He deserves to get every square inch of his ass kicked. If he's such a massive pain in your ass, then what do you gain from going out of your way to antagonize him? Hopefully he'll leave us alone and get out of our hair. He's ruined everything in the club for me, and Sayori never should have brought him in. Ruined it by doing what exactly? Existing within 5 miles of you? Or are you just jealous that nobody hangs out with you anymore? Why would I want to hang out with him in the first place? I'd probably go fuck a tittus from being around him. Excuse me. I'd probably get fuckatitis from being around him. If you mean fuckhead Titus, then you're clearly already a terminal case. As if! He probably got it from his parents instead of being miscarried! A short, uncomfortable silence plays out as it feels like needles are being jabbed into every feeling of mine inside. Don't talk about his parents like that! Yuri doesn't sound like she's messing around anymore, which doesn't put me at ease at all. I'll say what I damn well please about them! If he doesn't like it, then why don't he go run home to his mama? You did not fucking just... I spent all weekend taking care of my love because of some fake letter saying they were dead. His poor little heart nearly broke in two over it. For fuck's sake, that was just a joke, okay? The room falls silent as Natsuki covers her mouth, realizing what she just said. You're caught now, pink bitch! No! Does that mean the letter from my parents' work was from... Looking over to Yuri shows... I don't think I like that look. You fucking did what?! Her voice has a sinister tone that I've never heard before, as if venom's dripping out. It's a bit unsettling. It was Wallace's idea, not mine! You've got to be joking. He was behind all this?! I've never seen Yuri this mad before. It's kind of scary. Yuri then reaches into her bag, pulls out the gold knife, and flips it open. The familiar click of her blade being brought to life rings throughout the whole room. No! What is she doing? Nope, just watch. She deserves to die anyway. She's supposed to keep it clean for us! That's when she slowly starts walking, knife in hand, towards Natsuki, who's backing away in fear. The scene that's taking place in front of me is really starting to scare me. This is too much! I don't want to see this! Turning away from them completely, I quietly make my way out of the club room before things get worse. Yuri's point of view? Yuri, I didn't mean to diverse With teeth clenched, vehemently fuming, I charge at her. My left fist grips her blazer collar and the blade out of my pocket knife rests below her jawbone as I forcefully push her back to the closet door. Shut up! Just shut the fuck up! Don't you mention his name! You don't get to mention his name! Pulling her towards me and slamming her back into the door again brings the knife edge closer to her neck. Her wincing in pain spikes my adrenaline. Yeah! You feel that? It'll be worse if you speak to him again! I hope that video took is the last thing you watch before you take your final breath, you stupid brat! Seeing tears in her eyes fuels a primal instinct within me. This feels right. Diverse will be so proud of me once I'm through with her. I lift the blade from her throat. Forcefully pulling her towards me again, I pivot on my heel and spin us around. Mustering all of my might, I push her away as she stumbles and falls onto the floor. I pause to examine her face. She's probably crying now, like the pathetic child she is. Yes! Now stay down there, you little shit! Excitedly turning around to where Diverse was shows... Where'd he go? He's not here! Where'd my love go? I have to find him! I can't let him be away from me again! Quickly retracting my knife's blade and tossing it in my bag, I grab my belongings and rush out of the clubroom door. It's too quiet in here. I don't like this. Looking around shows nobody in sight. Even Monica and Sayori aren't back yet. No, they're not important. Where'd he go? There's a few places I could go and check. No, not here. Oh, it's time for me to be his bodyguard now. Slowly walking in and inspecting the area shows nobody in here. I never thought I'd be here in my life, but that's not important. Keep moving. Once I've made my way down the stairs, I can hear the faint sounds of two other people throughout the quiet hallway. Oh no, that sounds like... Quickly rushing over to where Diverse's locker is, the sight in front of me shocks me in place. No! Why is he doing this? It was Wallace's idea, not mine! I am once again overcome with anger. No! That's it! I've had it up to here with people mistreating him! It's about time I do something with this waste of human flesh once and for all. Reaching into my bag, I shuffle around the knife from earlier, the letter I found in Diverse's room, and eventually I bring out a book I've kept in my bag for a while. Yes, this'll do! Looking around the hallway a little bit shows somebody left their locker wide open just a few lockers away from Diverse's. That's it! Gripping the book firmly with both hands, I ready myself for what's about to go down. Look out, you dumb bitch! Tits have arrived! Charging forwards towards both of them at full speed, I take the book and slam it right into his temple, knocking him away from Diverse and towards the open locker. More! Turning on my heel towards Wallace, I valiantly march over to grab him from the back of his head. Bringing him up from the ground, I make sure his face scrapes along the locker walls and hits every hand along the way as I drag him towards the open one. Once he's held up against the open locker, he resists me and lunges forwards. No, stop! What happens next leaves me in utter shock. He places a hand on each of my breasts, squeezing them as hard as he can. My bag drops to the floor as he pushes me back to the lockers behind me. Sensations from when I made love to Diverse surge through me, but are now poisoned by the monster's actions. My body's natural impulse towards lust is quickly replaced by waves of anger. No, this doesn't feel good. He's gonna pay for ruining this feeling. No! As he's stunned by my voice, I bring my whole leg upwards and kick him up with enough force to do permanent damage. Scum like that should never be able to reproduce. His screams are music to my ears. While he can't fight back, I grab both his blazer collar and neck, lunge forward, and forcefully place his entire body inside the open locker. He tries to escape by pushing forward, but I ball up a fist in response and lay a punch square on his forehead. It's almost there. My adrenaline peaks and I regain my stance, triumphantly stabbing his dangling limbs inside the slamming and slamming the door shut. The metallic bang rings through the entire hallway as I bask in the pride of accomplishment, gazing upon what I have done. Diverse's point of view. What the hell? This feels like a nightmare. Why is she... Terror washes over me, raising the hairs on the back of my neck. I didn't want to see any of that. I couldn't look away or leave. It feels like my legs collapsed underneath me as I watched everything unfold. I did it! I finally did it, love! He's not a problem to us anymore. No. The tension in me seems to skyrocket as she hastily grabs her bag and walks over towards me. Soft bangs can be heard from inside the locker that Wallace is in. It feels like ice runs through my veins as she grabs my arm, lifts me from the ground and keeps her arm around mine. Come on, Diverse. There's no need for us to be here right now. Let's go back to my place. Nobody will be mean to you there. I'll keep you safe from everyone. Her eyes! What's wrong with them? I don't like this at all. I'm too stunned to utter any words as she starts dragging me through the hallway and out of the school. The weather outside is probably the only nice thing there is right about now. My feelings are scattered all over the place as Yuri's still dragging me to her place, her pace never letting up. I don't know why I'm reluctantly following her. Finally, Diverse. I can't believe it! This is all I really wanted. Her eyes haven't changed at all. I've always wanted that special someone in my life to look after, to protect with everything I've got inside me. And now I can actually do something about that. Her voice. It's almost feeling like nails on a chalkboard. You know what? Let's quit the club. We don't need to be around those immature brats anymore. No! Even better, let's never go to school again. None of us will have to deal with all the horrible people in there, and I'll make sure you're never lonely. Let's live in each other's houses until the end of time. Cook for each other. Share our bodies again and again. Whisper sweet nothings in each other's ears all the time. Doesn't that sound perfect? No! Her grip on my arm constricts to any movements of mine, that same hands used to severely injure someone in our school. Hold on, I need to drink for a few seconds. I'm okay. Excuse me. It feels... I have to tell you, Diverse. There's no other love like yours, and it feels like I'm the luckiest girl alive. I'll give you all the joy my heart and soul can give. Please, let me hold you all the time. I need to have you near me in my arms. I just want to nourish you and nurture you for myself like a grown-up should. She stops just outside of her front door and looks over to face me. She looks like she could start foaming from the mouth any minute as her eyes pierce right into my soul. Doesn't our forever sound lovely? No! I use everything in me to break away from her arm, much to her dismay, and distance myself from her. This causes her to almost fall down. I don't want to! Diverse? I want to go home! I turn around and start walking away from her. I just want to be left alone. I don't want to see anyone right now. Yuri, you used to be so kind and caring and beautiful inside. Why are you being so scary today? This isn't the girl I know. Diverse, come here. No, she's not gonna tell me what to do. Nobody tells me how to live my life. Turning around and loudly marching over to her, I don't quite realize how much my teeth hurt from gritting them. The veins on my forehead feel like they're bulging out due to my eyebrows being slanted. No! Angrily taking my hands and forcefully placing them on her shoulders, I push with all my might until her back hits the concrete with great force. Ow! Stay down there! I quickly begin running to my house. I finally found my storybook hero. No, I was just about to... No! Don't! Quickly removing my hands from her shoulders and backing away from her, we can't help but stare at each other, disappointed in myself at what I was just about to do. She looks terrified at me, as if I was a ghost. I can't. I quickly bring my arm up to cover my eyes, turn away from her, and begin running to my house. Yuri's point of view. No, my darling! Once he escapes my vision, I bring my head down, tears threatening my eyes, and entering my house. I don't even bother closing my front door as I walk in my house. It's so quiet in here. I don't like this. Dishes from the other day litter my kitchen while both my living and dining room are a mess. My love. I was just trying to do the right thing. I just wanted to save you. Tears form in my eyes as I make my way up the stairs up to my bedroom. My knees feel weak as I approach my room. Once I'm in, I lose control of myself and come crashing down on my floor, laying belly down, my eyes buried in my left arm. Everything in my bag spills to the ground upon impact. I can't help but let everything out, my fist constantly hitting my bedroom floor. I'm sorry, love! I'm so sorry. Never in a million years would I mean to hurt you, ever! I can't believe I let myself be like this around him. He probably hates me. He doesn't want to be with me anymore. I'm such a bad person. Why would he love a freak like me? What if my hero finds another princess to love? That thought alone pierces all my emotions with needles at the thought of him being mad at me for the rest of eternity. I don't deserve someone as precious as him. I don't deserve anyone as special as I don't deserve anyone as special as him in my life. I'm probably gonna die alone like I always thought I would. What's the point of this life if I can't share it with someone else? What's the point of anything anymore? I feel like I can't do anything without him. There's no one else out there who will accept me the way he did. Except for... Begrudgingly picking myself up from the floor, I wipe my tears with my left sleeve and walk over to my bed. Both Ellie and Rambi are laying down comfortably on there. They probably have been for the past few days. I grab the two of them, hold them in both my hands, and stare at them for a while. The innocence I see in them reminds me of his gentle nature, and it hurts that much more knowing I've ruined everything. I don't know what to do anymore. Their lifeless response doesn't make me feel any better. I bring the two of them close to hug them and soak up my tears. Why must you be the only friends I have left? You can't even talk to me! The thoughts in my head become a typhoon as I weep into my animal friends' faces. I can't do anything right. I don't deserve any real friends. Not if I hurt all of them anyway. I'm nobody's hero. I never will be. We've both been able to save each other from what we get ourselves into, haven't we? Oh, my hero, my beloved. What if as I bring my animal friends away from me and place them back on my bed, I head over to my desk, grab a tissue, and blow my nose after crying so much. Next, I pull out a piece of paper and a pen. This has always helped me back to when I was feeling this way. I need to let him know how I feel. As I begin writing, the strain on my wrist makes itself known as it feels like forever since I last wrote down anything. Even after all that writing, it doesn't feel as good as I thought it would. What if he never gets to read this? What if he doesn't want to? I don't blame him. Why would he care about what a nobody like me has to say? Both my wrists are starting to cramp up a little bit because of how long it's been since I last wrote anything. Laying my head down on my desk, I let out a big sigh and think about how meaningless everything seems to be right now. A slight burning feeling makes itself known on my upper arm in tandem with my wrists bugging me. Bringing myself up from the desk to pull up both sleeves of my uniform shows bandages that Diverse put on me a few days ago. Instinctively, I tear all of them off to reveal all the red marks on my arm. The big cut on my upper arm, which is itching me right now, has scabbed over yellow. The skin that circled around there has turned into a very dark shade of pink, which makes me feel uneasy. Bringing my fingernails around that area to relieve myself from the itching doesn't feel any better. A little bit of blood is coming out of the affected area as the yellow skin gets picked away. Sight of in front of me, the white area inside my arm, it's still itching. Do it. Just one more time. It'll take away these feelings. No! But it has in the past, hasn't it? No! I told him I'd keep it clean for him, for us! But it's been so long. No one's here to stop you this time. That promise means nothing in the long run. Do it! Looking over to my knife display on my wall shows that dust has been collected where my knives used to lay. Gold one I still have. No! I really don't want to do this. I think I better put it away for now. I don't want to disappoint Diverse any more than I've already done. Searching around my bedroom floor shows everything from inside my bag scattered across the floor. Various books, our chopstick sets, bandages, homework folders, birth control pills, my gold knife. Wait! I can't help but do a double take at the entirety of my bedroom floor. The letter from his place is gone! I frantically bring myself onto my knees and dump my bag out until it's completely empty. Desperately taking everything that belonged in my bag and hastily stuffing it back in, I've just about cleaned up my floor with no letter from his place to be found. Fear strikes me instead of sadness at the possibilities because of this. No! What if someone at school has found it and bullies him at home? Why was I so clumsy at school earlier today? Why can't I do anything right? A crazy thought runs through my mind that just might work. I should go check on him. Who knows if he's alright or not? No, don't. Leave him alone. No, he might not be safe, and I need to tell him I'm sorry. He hates your guts right now. You don't know that! No one does! He won't listen to you with how he is right now. Get a grip for fuck's sake. No! Get a grip? This is something I must do. Opting not to bother with my bag, I stuff my poem for him in my bra, quickly leave my bedroom, and start running down the stairs. He might be in danger. I have to do something! Maybe this is how I can make it up to him. Hastily making my way through my house and out the door, I slam my front door behind me and start running towards Diverse's house. As my blood pressure skyrockets, the crisp night air does little to calm me down. I have to make sure he's okay. I will never be able to forgive myself if I don't let him know how sorry I am. The sound of my feet on the pavement echoes through the silent streets as I maintain my pace and meter my breathing. I can't waste any time getting to his place. 5 o'clock. I don't even bother locking my house upon entering. All I feel like doing is walking over to the table and resting my head for today. I don't want to think about homework or dinner or anything. The walk from her place to mine was absolutely miserable. I had never felt that alone, that scared in a long time. Back when I was a kid, when I saw something that really scared me and stuck with me, it would be on my mind when I go to bed and first thing when I wake up. It would make itself known for days, sometimes months on end. That pretty much happened the whole walk back. My mind couldn't stop lingering on the events of today. She was so scary today. I've never felt that uncomfortable around here before. It feels like there's a wildfire going on inside me that can't be put out. It spreads throughout my body and affects all my emotions. The feeling of fear just by being around her but also the feeling of disappointment in myself for what I was about to do. Mom, you taught me at a young age not to treat people that way, and I was about to do that to the girl I love. That thought alone starts ripping me apart inside. Why did I get so mad at her? She doesn't deserve it. What is wrong with me? I bring my head up only to set my elbows on the table and rest my forehead in my hands, shaking my head continuously. Yuri, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for being like that around you. What if she... Just the thought of her breaking our promise with her gold knife makes me bring my head down onto the table once more. The thought of her hurting herself over what happened today makes the burning inside intense to the point where I nearly start tearing up. No, I don't like what I saw with that today. And I can't stop her from doing anything right now. Why can't I do anything about it? What? I'm a bit thankful that my phone ripped me from my train of thought. I wonder who that could be. It could be anyone at this point. Lifting myself up to reach into my pocket and pull out my phone, I flip it open and stare at the screen in front of me. One new message. Monica. What could she want? Curiosity is mixed with my feelings of disappointment as I open up the message. Diverse, are you okay? Natsuki told Sayori and I everything that went down today. No! Natsuki was mean too! I don't want to think about that! I don't want to talk to Monica. Even thinking about what happened today hurts me more inside. I don't know what to do. Feel free to call us if you or your girlfriend need anything, you know? Mom! I immediately bring my head up on the table again and look back at my phone. Screen is still on Monica's message. No! Get out of here! Quickly maneuvering through the menus in my phone, I make my way to Mom and Dad's contact page and hit the green phone button. My mind races a bit as the phone's ringing noise tings through my ear. Mom, maybe you'll be able to help. You've always been able to whenever I felt sad because of people. Hello, Diverse? Mom! Okay, I need to talk with you about some stuff if that's okay. Yeah, I can talk now. Is everything alright over there? I hesitate a bit before responding back to her so that I can think about what exactly I want to say to her. No, not really. Diverse, what's wrong? Me and Yuri didn't have a good day at school today. Why? What happened? Mom, things just turned out really bad today. I just feel like I treated her bad today and I feel awful about it. Why? Did you two fight about something? I wish she wouldn't have worded it that way. I shouldn't have yelled at her like I did. Well, not really. She was just being really scary today and I reacted to it in a way I wish I didn't. I'm kinda scared, Mom. I didn't even know if she likes me anymore. Well, I hope she still does. Sometimes girls can be like that when they're mad, you know? Maybe she just needs some space to herself. No, I hope she's not. I can't tell Mom about that. I don't want to say this, but to move on from this, then. Yeah, maybe you're right. Do you still like her and want to be with her? Diverse, please. Let me help. Just know that I'll do everything in my power to keep our story going. And I can't reiterate enough how much nothing will change between us. Yuri. I hope all of that's still true, because I really don't want to lose you. I really do. Well, that's good, you know? Do you know what your dad and I did whenever we were like that? What is it? Whenever things got bad between your dad and I, it helped to just be away from each other for a bit, you know? That's why when you were little, you would sometimes see me in my bedroom and Dad in the living room. Oh, that makes sense. That's why you never wanted to be bothered in there. Yeah, we just needed some time for ourselves to cool down, you know? We eventually made up to each other about every time, though. I think you should do the same. Once you two can see each other and not feel so angry, let her know how much you care about her, how much she means to you. I could almost see my mom smiling at me on the other end of the phone. Thank you, Mom. I think I'll do just that. No problem, sweetie. Hope I was able to help. You were. Thank you again. I'm gonna get going now. Love you. Love you too. Bye now. Carefully putting my phone back in my pocket, I put my elbows on the table, rest my head in my hands, and stare at the wall in front of me. Maybe Mom's right. Maybe I should take some time for myself. Yeah, it'll be okay. There's things I can do to make myself feel better. Besides, maybe I should trust Yuri that she won't do that. The next time I see her, though, I need to tell her how sorry I am for all the things I've done today. But what if I never see her again, though? No, don't think like that. There's always tomorrow at school. Maybe she needs some time to herself just like I do. It'll be alright, though. No worries. Yeah, maybe it will be alright. What can I do, though? Doesn't look too bad around here. Oh, I know. Maybe a shower will help me feel better. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. With that, I leave my backpack on the table and make my way upstairs to the bathroom. Entering my bathroom and turning on the lights, I reach down into my sink and pull out two light blue bath towels, one for my body and one for my hair. Taking off all my clothes before I step in the shower brings an oddly satisfying sense of deja vu. Turning the handle to make the water nice and warm, the water pours down, splashing the ceramic floor up until steam starts to rise. Carefully walking in, my body flinches a bit at the water as the water hits me, but it eventually feels nice and soothing. Feels nice to just stand there and do nothing. The sensation of the water calms me down, as if I'm standing under an everlasting waterfall. Bro, what happened to the mirror? What do you... Oh, I see what you're saying. My legs start to feel a little bit heavy after all the walking I had done today. Taking this moment to carefully sit down in the shower, my legs and back feel more relaxed as I rest on the cool tile. My body feels more enraptured as a sigh of relief escapes me and the lower half of my hair becomes darker. This is way more soothing than I thought it would be. I haven't felt this good in a while. This feels way too good. The bright moonlight and the streetlights illuminate the area around me tonight. A few owls can be faintly heard in the background as I'm running to where I need to be. It's starting to become a bit harder to breathe due to all this running. Once the park is fully in sight, I spot two human-like figures sitting down on a bench, to which I stop myself to see who they are. That looks like Monica and whoever she's been hanging out with. What are those two doing here? Wait, they're gonna notice me. I can take a breather for a bit, but I can't stay here for too long. I'll just... Hey, Yuri! Fuck! I should have just kept running. Hey, I need to talk with you about something. She looks concerned. What could she possibly want to talk about? I don't think I have the time for this. What should I do? You know, the scene with Diverse that he's relaxing right now. But he did fall on the floor. Oh, crap. I assume this is the end of the mod, and we're reaching the bad and good endings. Bad and good ending thing? I'm not sure. Oh crap! Diverse probably passed out in his living room, with the heat and everything taking over. Oh crap! I meant the one on the top right. Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, she can wait, honestly. Diverse passed out in the bathroom. He tried to relax and do everything. He's probably in danger right now. And Yuri was already on his way to the home, just to make sure that he's alright. Her club can wait, so I'm gonna ignore her. No, I've spent too much time here. I can't be bothered to see what she wants. Leave me alone! I don't even bother to hear what she has to say in return. Turning around, feeling more confident, I put all my focus into running away from them into my hero's house. I need to make sure he's alright. He needs to know how sorry I am. I'm surprised at how well I'm keeping up pace. I haven't run with this much determination in a long time. You can tell I'm a bit over halfway there now. My lungs are starting to hurt a little bit, but I can't stop. Just a few more minutes of this, then I'll be there. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do the... The houses and trees in front of me are starting to become more and more white as the hum of a vehicle coming down the road makes itself known. Slowing down my pace a little bit and turning my head around shows the blinding headlights of a car zooming by. Getting a better glimpse of it showing it's a black 3rd gen Ford Mustang, just like my dad used to own. That's not important. Keep going! Turning my head around, I pick up my pace and try to focus on my breathing. It shouldn't be too much. Wait, what the fuck? That almost... The reality of what just happened at the ringing in my ears has struck me in place. My heartbeat has accelerated after what just happened, even after standing in place for a bit. It feels like it's gonna pop out of my chest. I think my life is done before being flashed before my eyes now. Watching the crumb zoom away towards Diverse happens snaps me back into reality. Get going! Tried picking up speed a little bit after what just happened. The car that nearly killed me has been out of sight for a while now, which concerns me, but I can't afford to lose any more time than I already have. Keeping up my pace, I'm noticing some of the houses around here are starting to look more familiar. These are the ones I see whenever I go to Diverse's house. Excitement and adrenaline jolts through me at that thought. That means I'm nearly there. I can nearly see his house from here. Can't wait to see him again, to show him my poem, to talk things over with him. It's all that I really want right now. No! No, 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 no! Wallace's dad's point of view. It's not like my son to not be at my office around this time. He was supposed to show up a few minutes ago like he always does. What could he have possibly got himself into this time? Grabbing my briefcase and keys from my desk, I get up from my chair, leave, and lock my office up. Checking the area on this floor where he usually spends time with his other friends, I see no one in sight. This makes me a bit concerned. Where could he be? I clear my throat and cough to myself real quick. Wallace? Nothing. The hallway's too quiet and I don't like it. Maybe he's on the first floor. I don't know why he would be. Wallace? After staying silent for a bit, a muffled voice at the sound of metal being hit echoes through the hallway. What the? Walking towards where the voice is coming from, I stop until I see where the banging is coming from. Stopping in front of a locker, I can almost see the individual bangs where it's being hit from the inside. Dad, get me out of here! How did you get yourself in there? Dad, hurry up! I think I need to go to the doctor! Alright, hold tight for a minute. Once I pull up on the locker handle and bring the door towards me, Wallace comes tumbling out and drops body first onto the ground. Grabbing his arms, I pick him up to his feet. He's got bruises and red marks everywhere. Oh God, who did this to you? He takes a breather and places a hand on his cheek before talking. That purple-haired bitch did this. I instantly tighten my grip on him. The girl that's been hanging around the autistic boy. She's always rubbed me the wrong way. Don't worry, son. She'll be dealt with the next time I see her. Something white on the floor next to Wallace catches my eye. Kneeling down to pick it up, I'm wondering who left this empty envelope on the floor. Feels like heaven's smiling down on me as I see the name and address on this. So that's where she lives. This might be sooner than I thought. Time for her to get what she deserves for treating my son like this. Letting go of Wallace to reach down to my waistband holster, I pull up my revolver, push open the cylinder only to see one bullet left in there. God damn it, I knew I should have ordered more 3/8 special along with the dynamite! Even if I miss, I still know what to do. Oh, I'll let it play. Did I get the bad ending first? Yuri's point of view. Diverse! I can't believe the sight in front of me. Blood is pouring out of him at an alarming rate, much more than I've seen in my whole life. He continues to shed tears and weakly cry in front of me. Oh no, 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 no! Hang in there, darling, it's okay, I'm right here! Yuri? Is that you? His breathing has become really heavy as he coughs in front of me. I can't stop my tears from falling. My one true love. Diverse, I'm right here! I'm with you, Diverse! Yuri, I was so scared. I never thought I would see you again. His blood gets all over my uniform, and it doesn't excite me like I once wanted it to. I can't help but feel that this is all my fault. My love is being ripped away from my hands ever so slowly. I bring my head down onto his shoulder and weep in front of him. Diverse! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! I don't want to lose you! Yuri, don't be sorry. There's something I want to tell you. All I can do is bring my head up from his shoulder, our star-filled eyes meeting each other from what could be the last time. He's becoming more and more pale as the seconds pass. I'm so happy I got to meet you. You really were truly everything I wanted in a girl. I can't begin to tell you how much I loved you. Tears keep flowing through my ugly mess of a face. I meant that much to him even after all I've put him through? I didn't know my feelings for him could swell this much more. Using what little strength he has left with his breathing becomes more forced, he manages to bring his right arm up to me, pinky extended. I wrap my pinky around his for one last time. Everything we've been through together plays out in my mind at this feeling. Diverse, I loved you too, so very much. I don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to. Then don't say goodbye. Say we'll meet on the other side. The other side? He doesn't mean... His whole body's moving up and down as he's breathing, and his grip on my pinky weakens, trying to hold on to me for dear life. Yuri, please. Remember the promise we made. And just know that you'll always be my everything to me. His everything. He has the most beautiful, most precious smile on his face as I lean forward to share one final kiss. His lips are just as soft as they've always been. I can't help but continue crying mid-kiss, knowing that any second could be his last. I want this to last forever, just me and him. We were bound to be. All I wanted was a happy ending for the both of us. Once I feel his lips depart from mine, his head in my right hand becomes much more heavy. Opening my eyes shows... No. Diverse? Diverse! I try shaking him, but that only proves what's really in front of me. Your soul, your smile, my future, my everything. Now lost to an even bigger someone out there. You're really gone this time. I can't hold back any more tears as I hold onto his lifeless body tightly and sob uncontrollably into his shoulder. Secure the area! Move in! The noise around me is too much. Why does this have to happen now? Somebody get a damn ambulance! Man, please step away from him. No! I hold on to his body tighter so that no one can rip me away from him. I won't ask again. Get away from him. I don't want to! This is Williams requesting backup now! We leave things laying around, things that should have been important to us. We leave them somewhere and just forget about them. Thus we deceive others and eventually even ourselves. A ghost once again. I think I got the bad ending first. 2 days later. Morning has always been the most depressing time of the day. So many dreams die and people are mercilessly thrusted back into their demanding, hectic lives. I reach over to shut my alarm clock off and stare at my bedroom wall. I don't even know why I'm going to try making it to school today. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to see anyone. I'm not going to learn anything. My grades have probably plummeted. I don't want to walk alone. What's the point of this if I have nothing to look forward to anymore? But maybe this will get my mind off of everything. Now I know how Diverse felt when he found out about his parents dying, but this time it's real. Let's get today over with. The walk to school is just as lonely as I remember it being in the past. He's not here anymore to keep me company, to keep my hands warm when an Arctic chill rolls by, to brighten my day when his unique sense of humor. It's hard to keep my emotions at bay right now. The birds chirping around me ironically doesn't make anything feel better. It would be better if they kept quiet. They shouldn't be allowed to speak.
Yuri!
I stop in my tracks and reluctantly turn around to see who called my name.
Hey, are you alright?
No, I can't do this. I don't want anyone to bother me at all. I knew I shouldn't have left my bed today. I don't want to talk about him like this to anyone. I can't. I'm sorry! Please don't bother me! My emotions getting the better of me, I run the opposite way of school with my head down so she can't see me. I can't do this anymore. There's no point to any of that. Nobody there will make any kind of future for me worth it. They'll just laugh at me like how they've used to in the past. They're all meaningless. The idea of school is meaningless in this world. My lungs hurt after all this running. Nothing has changed here ever since 2 days ago. Trying to catch my breath, I carefully traverse the disaster of what used to be his house. Once I reach the blood-stained stud I last saw him at, my tears overpower my frantic breathing and memories of him as I come flooding back to me. I can't help but lay my head down and weep over the fact that I'll never be able to see him, to hold him, or to love someone like this again. This doesn't last long as I pick up on some rumbling around me. Excuse me, miss. Once I'm able to control my emotions, I bring my head up, wipe away my tears, bring myself up on my knees, and look over to where the voice came from. It's two older people that look around my parents' age, standing just over the destruction. Outside of the destruction. They're a bit taller than me, and their hair is starting to become gray. The man has a concerned yet serious look, while the lady has a more somber expression. What are you doing on our property? Their property? Does that mean... are you his parents? Yes, we are. Are you Yuri? I really didn't want the first time I met his parents to be like this. Standing up from where my loved once was, I close my eyes, trying to hold my tears back and bow in front of them. I am... So you're his girlfriend that he kept on talking about. How are you feeling, sweetheart? I don't respond to them. All I can do is shake my head at them, trying hard to push tears back. Oh, I know it's hard, dear. His dad and I are devastated over his passing too, you know? Really? Oh yes, of course! That's both of our children we'll never be able to see again. Children of mine, of ours, I'll never be able to see as well. We're both very thankful for you for being there for him, you know? I bring my head up and intently listen to what she has to say. His dad unenthusiastically walks away to inspect the damage done to their house. When he was growing up, he was so worried that he would never find someone in this world who would accept him for everything he was, you know? I feel like I can't respond back to her. The way his soul shined with a beautiful light. You should have seen the letter he wrote to us. He told us so much about you, and he sounded so very happy that he found someone like you, you know? The letter. That damn letter. It's all my fault. I'm the reason he's gone. I can't help but drop down to my knees again in front of where I last held him and stare at where he used to lay. As the sound of footsteps increase, his mom makes himself known and kneels down next to me. So this is where he last was. Sensing the sadness in her voice, I can't help myself anymore. I lean forward, wrap my arms around her, the seemingly open mother figure in my life, and let my tears pour out of my eyes again into her right shoulder. She eventually wraps hers around me. This is how Diverse felt when he found out about that one letter. When I held him tight against me and told him I loved him so. There, it's okay, darling. My darling. I just want to hold you again. To feel your warmth again. I know just how much he meant to you, but you'll be able to find love again. I'm certain the perfect one for you is somewhere out there. One who will love you just like he did, you know? I can't tell she's genuinely trying to help, but I can tell she's genuinely trying to help, but the thought of sharing someone special that he and I had with someone else rips me open inside. No! I don't want anyone else! I just want him back! I want my baby back! I just now realized how loud I said that. Soft whimpers escape me, knowing that I'll never get to see him again. Yuri, dear, we miss him too, you know? We really wanted to help him out with his future. His future? It was supposed to be ours! Her words hurt me too much. I can't do this anymore! I'm sorry. I can't. Not wanting to hear any other overused lies she has in store, I turn around and start walking back to my house. Yuri, wait! Later at the club. It just doesn't feel the same being here. These hallways I once roamed with the one I loved the most, now void of all meaning. The air around here seems stagnant, I suppose. Once I approach the clubroom door and grab the handle, I don't turn it just yet. Instead, I take a deep breath and prepare for whatever the three of them have to say. I'm not ready for this at all. Upon entering the club, all three of the girls' eyes are fixated upon me. Gripping my bag a bit tighter, I can't help but look down at the ground. I just want to get this done and over with so I don't have to spend any more time here. The only sounds that can be heard are various footsteps getting louder and louder. Yuri? Hey, I'm so sorry to hear about what happened. Please don't say that. It's not your fault. He's gone because of me. It's my fault my future is ruined. That thought alone slowly starts tearing me apart inside. I bring my light sleeve up to wipe my eyes and look up to try to meet their gaze. Monica? Both her and Sari look at me expectantly. Natsuki has a look of guilt. Yeah, she's the one who's responsible. She wrote the poem that told him that Diverse's parents are dead. She deserved everything she got, and Diverse scared of you. Everything is literally her and Wallace's fault. I hope she feels bad for what she's done. She played a big part in why he's not with me anymore. Yuri, what is it? Being brought back to my sad reality, I reach down in my bag and bring out the poem I wrote for Diverse that night that everything happened. You said that Thursday is when we share poems, right? Well, yes. But don't you want to talk about things first? No. My seemingly confident response ruined the atmosphere of the club room. I really can't do anything right. A short stinging pain runs its course through my body by imagining all the things he and I will never get to do now. He was never able to read this. And I never wanted to finish this poem. I begin unfolding it in front of them. I wish they wouldn't look so disappointed as I hand them my final poem. For the entirety of the three of them reading it, I keep my head held low. Every second of waiting for what they have to say drags out of this miserable story I call life. Oh, my hero, so far away now. Will I ever see your smile? Love goes away like night into day. It's just a fading dream. I'm the darkness, you are my starlight, and our love burned brighter than the sun. For eternity, for you there will be only me, your chosen one. Must I forget you? Our solemn promise? Will autumn take the place of spring? What shall I do? I'm lost without you. Speak to me once more. We must part now. My life goes on, but my heart won't give you up. Ere I walk away, I'm glad I heard you say it meant as much to you. So gently, you touched my heart. I will be forever yours. Come what may, our love won't age a day. We'll meet on the other side. Yuri! I can't do this anymore, Monica. This is my final goodbye to the literature club. No! It doesn't have to be like this. Sayori runs up to unexpectedly hug me and bury her face in my shoulder. No! I don't want you to leave! I don't want to lose another friend! I don't even bother hugging her back. She's making this harder for me. I use what little strength is in me to push her away from me, back over to Monica. I don't want you three to worry about me anymore. Thank you for letting me be a part of your club. I look away from these two to take a look at Natsuki. Our eyes meet and she still has a look of remorse, of shame. It doesn't matter what she's feeling. I'll never see her again. This room that I used to love going to every day after class, all the friends I've made here, every joyous moment. The quote that's on the banner that Diverse and I had. A place to belong, just like everyone else in this room, has lost all meaning. Goodbye, everyone. As I face the clubroom door, Natsuki calls out to me. Yuri, wait! Don't go! Nobody can tell me what I can and can't do anymore. Especially that brat that helped ruin everything. Without another word, I leave the literature club for one last time. Sexual violence warning. Alright. Thank you. Beginning my walk down the hallway, I can't help but notice how peaceful it is for once. It's nice and quiet. No one is around to bother me anymore. This is probably the most peaceful part of today so far. Not even any sounds coming from the club room. I could have sworn I just heard the door open as I approached the step. Hey, you bitch! Oh, fuck me. Stopping to turn around to a sharp, almost crippling pain runs through my back as I hit the concrete floor. There's a throbbing in the back of my skull, almost like I have a migraine. After a bit of immobilization, I open my eyes and see Wallace towering above me, showing explicit anger. You think you can just mess up our lives like it's fucking nothing? Dad's in jail because of you, that word. He then reaches down to grab the bottom part of my skirt and rips it off me. Fear and embarrassment strike me at what's happening and how exposed I am. If this were Diverse and I and we were somewhere private, that's one thing. But this... Rip Diverse's innocence. This is Yuri's point of view. He then takes his foot and stomps on me down there. Ah! He then takes his foot and begins rubbing it up and down on me. This hurts really bad. I feel dirty inside, but it feels... I'm trying my absolute best not to audibly moan over this feeling. This isn't right. It's not diverse. Yeah, you like that? Where's your crippled boyfriend to save you now, huh? Wallace then leans over to pin me down, forcefully cover my mouth with one hand, and reach down below my underwear with his other hand. I can't stop myself from screaming as loud as I can where he inserts 2 fingers and moves them in and out, but it's muffled by his hands over me. His unkept fingernails painfully dig and tear inside me as his pupils become more wide with power. That fucker's dead now, and you can't do anything about it! Tears threaten my eyes as realizing what my life has come to right now. The bitter feeling about this shatters my heart into a million pieces and brings my whole world collapsing to the ground. This is ruining the one and only time I made love to Diverse. This is all my fault. I can't even save myself from situations like this, let alone my hero. Why aren't I doing anything about this? It doesn't matter. You'll be gone anyways. No, but I know better than to have my body treated this way. Who cares? You can't have kids anyways. I don't want him to do anything worse. Just pretend it's Diverse if he does. No! What if Diverse is watching all of this from up above? I can't help but start weeping at the thought of my love seeing all of this and not being able to do anything. What if he's crying just from watching all of this? Wallace then removes his hand from inside me, starts ripping off my red ribbon and unbuttoning my white shirt. No, that's it. I don't want to cry anymore. I just want this to be over. As I forcefully grip my hands around his arms and push with all my might to try and put a stop to this, a blur of pink can barely be seen to his left. Why is she... Before I can imagine why that brat is here, my arms give out as I realize that Wallace isn't as close to me as he once was. Once he's pulled away from me and I can properly see what's going on, what she does next amazes me. RKO out of nowhere! After witnessing what she just did to him, I sit back in awe for a bit. My body still recovering from the earlier assault, but remember that I'm still exposed in front of her. Frantically pulling my skirt back up and securing it in place, I'm able to regain my footing but stare at Natsuki, unsure of what to say. She seems more concerned than anything. Get out while you still can! I'll handle him for you! Natsuki, why? Not wanting to be here anymore, I turn around and make my way to the stairs to leave this godforsaken place one last time. I've kept my head down low the entire walk back to my house. Never have I felt so low, so useless, and so messed up in all my life. Walking over to my couch and laying down belly first, I let out a defeated sigh as I close my eyes as my bag falls onto the floor. That was the worst feeling ever. Why did he have to ruin that for me? Why didn't I do anything about it? I wish Diverse was there to save me. I'll never be able to find someone like him again. I don't want to live in a world anywhere where my other half is gone. I truly can't do this without him. Reluctantly open my eyes. The first thing my sight picks up on is the gold knife laying on my living room floor. My body acting against my mind, I lean forward, grab it, sit upright, and flip the knife open. Once the blade is brought to my life, my embarrassing tear-stained face can be seen in its reflection. Do it. I don't know. He's not here anymore. Nothing else matters. Do it. I want to, but I promised him I'd keep it clean. Why the fuck should that matter? Nobody will care. You want to see him again, don't you? I really do. Then do that instead. Unbuttoning my blazer and removing it from me, I do the same with my orange vest and white shirt until I'm only in my bra. Goosebumps strike my body by how cold it is and the chaos in my mind. I need to eat. Hold on. God, this entire whole ending is such a freaking train wreck. Apprehensively turning the knife around with my right hand, I place my left hand over top my right and rest the knife's point just above my left breast. There's an uneasy feeling brewing inside me as the point pokes into my skin. This doesn't feel right. Hurry up and do it! No. I'd be breaking our promise if I did this, wouldn't I? I can't bear to see this anymore. Removing the knife from myself and retracting its blade, I throw it back in my bag as I rest my elbows on my stomach and my head in my hands. No, not like this. There has to be another way. Dad took all his guns when him and Mom left. Maybe if... Later that night... Okay, I've got everything I need for tonight. My house is all locked up and I made sure that nobody was following me here. It's rather bittersweet knowing that this will be the last time I ever get to visit this place again. This place that I loved so much. I have so many good memories of this place. Him and I were supposed to make so many more campfires at night, setting up a swing set, eventually learning how to swim here. All I can do is kiss them goodbye. I take one last look into the water, admiring the moon's reflection before turning around to find a nearby tree. I can't help but let out a defeated sigh as I place a chair nearby and begin securing the rope I brought to a sturdy-looking branch. I'm done with just about everything, especially after what's happened today. I'm tired of all the running, the crying, the people in this world, the false words of encouragement, of everything. This world's so mean, so cruel, so full of horrible people, and none of us mean anything in this grand scheme of things. Hundreds of thousands of years from now, the fact will never change. I truly can't do this without him. I just can't. Once the rope is secure and in place, I take the loop in my hands and stare at it for a bit. Then over to our lock secured in the fallen down tree. It's okay, love. I'm coming to see you again. I'll be there so you don't have to cry anymore. I'll be able to hold you and kiss you in heavenly matrimony. Just like Yuri? You've got to be kidding me. How does she even know about this place? What are you doing here? And why is she so concerned, too? Yuri, please! You don't need to do this! Why don't you just get out of here and leave me alone? Why don't you just get down for a moment? I need to talk to you. Oh, sure. Is it because he's gone now? Is that why? No! Yuri, please! This is important. Just spit it out! I'm sorry about how I've been lately. You're right, I was jealous of not being able to spend time with you, but I shouldn't have been so mean to you and Diverse. But why? Why is she being like this right now? It doesn't matter. She has no say in anything anymore. Why should I believe you? Excuse me. Why should I believe you? I'm serious! I wouldn't say this if I hadn't saved you earlier today! Look, I don't want you to care about me anymore, and I don't want you ruining anything else. Just leave me alone so I can see Diverse in peace. Oh, come on! You've only known him for 2 weeks! Don't you think you're overreacting? They're not here to help me anymore. Who'll be there to watch over me? Don't you know what it's like when someone very important to you isn't part of your life anymore? Someone who meant the whole world plus some? Especially when they promise that they'd never leave us. No. This is what I truly want. There's no hope for any kind of future for me, so why should I stay here? Nobody likes me, my parents don't talk to me anymore, so I'd be doing you all a favor by doing this. There's nothing left for me anymore. You saw what happened earlier today. You know how awful people can be. What's the point? Come on, Yuri, you don't have to do this. We're your friends. We can help you get through this. I don't want your guys' help anymore. I've been living a life that was worthwhile. My reason to live had been right next to me. He kept me alive just by being himself. The way he shined kept me alive. Seeing him so cheerful and loving. We were supposed to grow old together, to take on the future together. We were supposed to do things that a happily family does together. He was my tomorrow, and now I've lost him. I've been filled with happiness I never knew I had, but those times are over now. No, please. You've got a whole future ahead of you, and I just want to help. Don't you know what it's like when someone very important to you isn't there? Don't you know? I don't want to go through life knowing I've watched his soul leave his body. Just go away and stop ruining everything. No, I can't leave without you. I said go! She starts angrily stomping towards me. No, you're coming with me! She approaches my chair and successfully yanks the rope away from my hands. Next, she places her hands around my waist and tries to pull me off. No, she's not gonna ruin anything else for me. Time to put an end to this. As I comply with her and make my way down the chair, I quickly rip her arms off me, lunge forward to grab her waist, and pick her up off the ground above my head with all my might. She's not making this any easier by flailing her legs around. No, Yuri, please! Ignoring her pleas, I walk over to the fallen down tree and, using all the strength I have, throw her as hard as I can into the water. Natsuki's point of view. After trying to keep myself afloat and coughing up any water, I slowly make my way over to the grassy surface. Bringing my arms up to the ground, I use what little strength I have to pull myself up until I can get both legs on the ground. Once I'm on my feet, there's a bag with stuff all over the place next to the tree that's here. No, I can't be distracted by that. I have to stop Yuri. Making my way over the trees, Yep. No! This can't be happening! Do something! Frantically looking around for anything to possibly save her, my eyes land on the chair next to her. Quickly taking it and placing it underneath her, it's not tall enough to lift her up at all. Gah! Next plan! Getting up on the chair, I get an up-close look of the life slowly draining away from Yuri's face. The sight nearly frightens me to my core. A rush of adrenaline runs through me as the urgency of everything. Placing my hand on the knot around her neck, I can't seem to loosen the knot any. Tears threaten my eyes as a feeling of hopelessness pierces and eats away at me. I don't know what else to do, but I can't just give up on her right now. The bag! The bag must have something! Getting down and sprinting over the bag I saw, I hurriedly dump at the contents out on the ground and quickly rummage through everything. Please, just anything! Pills won't help. No, not books. A pocket My eyes widen at the sight of a golden wood knife in front of me. I grab it and bring it close to me, but can't figure out how to open it. Come on, this can't be this hard! Maybe it's these two little handle things bulging out of the blade. Bringing my left thumb and index finger around them, I pull as hard as I can until the blade comes out, lightly grazing my palm as a result. Bringing it up until it clicks into place, I run over and bring myself on the chair once again. Taking the knife, I carefully slash across an easy to access part of the rope until I see it split. Just a few more! Repeating the process a few more times, the rope winding down every time, it eventually breaks loose. Her dangling body falls to the ground and her head hitting the chair on the way down. There she lays, motionless on the ground. Getting down on the ground, I place my head over her chest where her heart is and listen for anything. The sound of that brings a spark of hope to me. Forcefully grabbing her shoulders, I shake her with everything I've got. Yuri, come on! Please wake up! She isn't moving at all. I don't know if she can hear me or not. I don't know what to do. Monica might be able to help. I think she knows CPR. Quickly grabbing her whole body and turning it around, I take a hold of both of her arms and start dragging her out of here. Once we're out in the open, I carefully lay her body down on the grass and bring out my phone. It's a bit scratched up after a few days ago, but still usable. It doesn't take long for me to bring up Monica's number and hit call. Hello? Natsuki? Monica! Quick! Get over to the park! Hey, calm down. What's going on? Please! Yuri and I need your help over here! It's an emergency! An emergency? What's wrong? Yes! Just hurry up and get over here! Fine, I'll be there as soon as I can. Putting my phone away, I bring my attention over to Yuri, who's as silent as ever. Her frown makes my emotions inside tremble. All I can do is bring my right hand to her cheek and take a hold of her. Yeah, I was about to say, call the police. Call an ambulance or something. Just not Monica. I don't think she knows what to do. I mean, she's her friend and all, but she's definitely not a doctor. All I can do is bring my right hand to her cheek and take a hold of her. Yuri, stay with me, please. I'm sorry, please. How are you feeling, Diverse? Does it still hurt? Huh. Now that you mention it, it doesn't hurt as bad as it used to. That's good. Please let me take another look. Hey. Thanks for your help earlier. I'm feeling better, by the way. It's no problem. Besides, you said it best. Feels nice to help a friend out, so it only feels right. Oh, you. There's an accomplishment feeling to it that I really enjoy. It makes me feel important. I can say the same. Hey, it's okay now. Please tell me you're alright. No, please don't. Don't cry, I'm right here. Can we just stay like this for a while? Let me drink my water. Well, if I could, I wouldn't mind learning more about psychology. If I could make a living by helping other people out, that would be really nice. Life would seem worth it, I suppose. Shh, it's okay, darling. I'm so sorry this had to happen, love. I'm sorry! Babe, no. Don't be sorry. Mama! It's okay, love. I'm right here. I think I figured out how to repay the favor, and I wouldn't have chosen any other way. Do you really mean that? Of course. We made a promise to each other to help each other out, remember? That's a treasure I promise I'll never forget. Yeah. There's no need to worry anymore, darling. Everything's all right. Yuri, please. Remember the promise we made. And just know that you'll always be my everything to me. Yuri! She's coming around! Oh, thank goodness! Huh? Natsu? Moni? What happened? You shouldn't scare us like that! I was so worried about you! Huh? Quick, help me lift her up! The two of them, using all their strength, bring Yuri up to her feet. Bring Yuri up to her feet, Monica supporting her by having an arm around her shoulder. Come on, let's take her home and make sure he's safe. Excuse me. Come on, let's take her home and make sure she's safe. Right. Stay here and watch over her. She left some stuff over where she was. I'm gonna grab it. Epilogue. So this is where he's at, huh? Yep. We're almost there. But I don't get it. I thought he was... Yeah, why are we going here again? You'll see what I mean when I get there. The sun shines brightly through the clouds in the sky. A nice autumn breeze... Blah, blah, blah. A nice autumn breeze... Blah! A nice autumn breeze glides past us, the grass dancing along with it. The sounds of the water's flow makes for a very nice atmosphere. Such a splendid day. Siri and Monica look amazed at where I brought the two of them. Yuri, this place is beautiful! Wish I'd been here before.
Me too! I would have loved to go swimming here!
Me too, Sayori. Me too. So, where's Diverse at anyways?
Yeah, I still don't get it. He's not buried here, is he?
I step forward towards the fallen down tree. You guys might think I'm crazy, but I want you to take a look at something. All three of them look at me inquisitively. That's when I kneel down and hold our lock that's still secured in place. Please, come take a closer look. My friends come closer to me and then take a look at what Diverse and I wrote on our lock.
Oh! I think I get it!
I guess he really did pick up on symbolism after all. That's very clever of you, Yuri. My face becomes more red at her words. The sounds of birds chirping and gusts of wind can be heard in the friendly, cloud-filled blue sky.
Why didn't you tell us about this place, Yuri?
Yeah, really. I would have arranged for a club meeting here had I known. I don't really have much to hide from them anymore. Because this was my special place and I didn't want to share it with anyone else.
Then how did Diverse found out about here?
I can't help but remember that serendipitous October night when he opened up to me for the first time. I let out a small chuckle at what I'm about to say next. I guess you could say it was a... I guess you could say it was a red thread of fate.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, why'd you bring your stuffed animals with you? Rambi and Ellie have decided to come along with me. They've been stashed between my arm and body the whole time. I carefully take the two of them and place them so they're sitting down on the fallen down trees, staring into the water. These were gifts that Diverse was nice enough to give me. They resemble two of the characters in the book he brought in a month ago. In a way, they're friends of mine and his, and they wanted to pay their respects to him.
Aw, that's really sweet.
What a goofball. Looks like we chose the perfect day to say our final goodbyes to him. Please don't use that word. He never liked it. We'll all see him once again, won't we? I suppose you're right. My bad. No, it's okay. Would you like to go first? I would. Very well then. We had better respect her privacy, everyone, and we can all head home after this. Sierra and Natsuki seem to get what I'm saying as they follow behind me to leave Monica alone with Diverse. This is gonna make me cry. Oh god. Hey, buddy. I never thought I would see you again. I know we never really spoke much when we were in school, and I knew how different you were from everyone else. But I kind of wish I had made an effort to have known you better. I'll be honest, I had my doubts about you when you first entered my club, but I was mistaken. You've shown yourself to be someone I'm happy to have called my friend. I'm really happy that you made friends with all my club members, and I can't begin to imagine how Yuri must be feeling. I'm glad I was there to stand up for you when I could, and wish I could have done more. Not only as president, but as your friend. Monica gently takes a hold of the lock with her right hand. Shh. Don't tell Yuri I did this. She then slowly leans into the lock and gives it a quick kiss. Returning to where she was, she keeps her hands to herself. I bet Yuri felt that one too. In all seriousness, thank you for being a loyal member of my club. I will never forget you, I promise. Hey, dummy. Natsuki then realizes what she has said, but takes a deep breath before speaking again. Look, I can't believe Yuri dragged me into doing something like this, but... I'm sorry, bro. If I could go back in time and change anything, it would be how mean I was to you. You didn't deserve it at all. I'm sorry about the letter, too. I was just so mad and fed up with you and Yuri that I thought it was a good idea at the time. Looking back on it, it was probably one of the dumbest things I've done in my whole life. But it's not like I'm asking you to forgive me or anything. I'll try my best to look after Yuri in the years coming. Does that make you happy? Silence plays out as she pictures him giving her his usually friendly nod. Well, that better. She's a handful to put up with, you know? Anyways, it was nice seeing you again. Until next time.
Hey, bud. It's been lonely without you around. The club just doesn't feel complete without you.
Another silence plays out as Sayori carefully takes a hold of the lock with both hands.
Hey, Diverse. Monica told me that you and I used to be neighbors at one point in time. I wish I'd known that years ago. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you come out to my house and introduce yourself? Now that I know just how much of a sweetheart you were, there's no doubt that we would have been best friends. We could have played together, had sleepovers at each other's houses. I could have helped you out with anything. We wouldn't have been so lonely growing up. I would have stood up for you, been your best friend. But I'm glad you were a part of our club, and I'm glad that you were friends with Yuri when no one else was. That really means a lot to her, you know? I probably shouldn't keep her waiting. I'm really gonna miss you, you know? I'll make sure to give Yuri a big hug for you once we're done.
Hey, darling. I hope you're doing all right up there. I'm really sorry about what you saw in school a few weeks ago. I just wanted you to know that not only has Wallace been expelled after what he's done, he is also under house arrest and is forced to relocate to a different school. And I'm sorry if you've seen what I tried to do here as well. I'll never do it again. Yuri gently takes a hold of the lock with both hands, softly moving her thumb back and forth over Diverse's name. I really do miss you, Diverse. I miss us. I miss being able to hold you, to have someone to cherish and protect. The feeling of falling in love with someone as different as I am. There's so much I never got to say to you. There's nights where all I want is for you to hold me and tell me everything's alright, much like I did with you. There's so much I wish we could have done together. I wish we could have lived in an owned house together, like any other. To help each other with our futures together, like any other. I wish we could have raised a child together. My decision for us not to have one is one of my biggest regrets. And another thing, I haven't been feeling like wanting to do that recently. I don't know if I'll ever be able to tell anyone else about that, but maybe someday. I know how sad it made you when I hurt myself, but I can't thank you enough for not pushing me to do anything I didn't want to do in regards to that. I promise to continue keeping that knife clean for us. Yuri leans down to bring the lock to where her forehead meets the bridge of her nose. Do you remember the promise we made a month ago? How you held my hand for the first time and showed me just what kind of person you are? I never did forget our promise to help each other out, but I think you'll like what I have to say next. The girls and I have had some time to talk things over about my future. And I think it would be a good idea to extend our promise to not just you and I, but to anyone who may need it. I want to do my best for you, Diverse, so once I'm all done with high school, I think that I want to learn to become a therapist. Doesn't that sound lovely? An image of Diverse can be seen smiling and clapping at her in her mind. This is how I will return the favor. If I can make a living by helping people out with their lives, even gifted people who are less fortunate than you were, then life will be worth it. Just by being with you and really getting to know someone like you helped me make that choice. Yuri closes her eyes for a bit as a lone tear rolls down her cheek. Diverse, it really hurts knowing I'll never find someone exactly like you out there. But there was only one you. No one else just like you. No one else that will ever be. No one else has your style, your heart, your smile. I really don't want my feelings for you to die, Diverse. But that's a part of me forward in life, isn't it? I just want to hold on to you for forever and ever, even when I'm old and gray. I can't imagine being with anyone else right now, and I don't know when I'll be ready to love again. But I have to credit you for showing me how much to love and be loved. I know you would want me to be happy. I don't want anyone else right now, my special darling. I never wanted to say this, but... Alright, I'll let it play. Author's note, it is recommended to go into your settings and turn up the music volume. Okay. I'll do that. Fare thee well, my love. May you rest forever right here and in my heart, so you'll never be lonely again. Just know that I'll never forget each and every good time we've had. All the sweet memories we've made. How life has changed so much because of you. And how much I love you so. Hey, Kusero.
As you vanish into
Oh no, not another song!
night, I travel back. Are you just a memory that rides into the Milky Sea?
Long time. No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
My summer sun, and I wish that we had just begun. Multicolored memories flit through my sleepy gaze. Maybe far away from here, I'll meet you and the haze will clear. My being swells with you, just like I'll always want it to. You'll always be my everything to me.
Oh, you. I guess we really are friends now. Right now, I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, Diverse. You've made me feel really nice tonight. I know I'm not good with people, and this might be a little different to me. But I hope I can return the favor sometime. Is that it? I'm gonna hug you in DMs. Oh, thank you. Can't click on anything. Is that it? Can I close the game? I think that's it. Hold on. Let me see if there's another way I can... Okay, well, it's not exactly the end because I still need to... I guess I did get the good ending after all. Excuse me. Alright, well... Since we're not exactly at the usual mark that we usually have in my mods, in my live streams, I mean, we're still not exactly done yet. We just gotta get to the bad ending after that. High tier. Okay. Now we've gotten to the other option. Alright. Should drop a like on it while we're here. Aw, thanks, Kusero. Yep, now I'm taking a look at the other option. And we're gonna take a look at what the bad ending was supposed to be. If that was the good ending, I believe. Alright, fine. I should probably catch my breath anyways. It doesn't take me long to walk over to where those two are. Make it fast, I'm in a hurry. Natsuki told me what happened while Sayori and I were gone today. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh yeah? Did she tell you how mean she was to Diverse today? No, she told me she feels bad about what happened. Yeah, I bet she did. She sounded like she really does. And Diverse won't text me back about everything. Diverse. I promise I'll be leaving here soon. That's where I was headed before you decided to bother me. I need to see if he's alright. You mean he hasn't gotten a hold of you yet? My love, I'm still very sorry. I'm gonna make it up to you somehow. Yuri, is everything okay between you two? I shift my attention over to her, but don't have it in me to respond back. Next, she gets up from the bench she was sitting at, walks over to me and puts a hand on my shoulder. Just like how Diverse used to. Hey, it's okay. These kinds of things are normal between two people in love. Things can't always be sunshine and rainbows. No, this isn't normal. Things aren't like that. I tell myself that as I close my eyes and feel emotions build up inside. If I may ask, what are you going to say when you see him tonight? I'm sorry. You're what? What the? The reality of what just happened and the ringing in my ears has struck me in place. Quickly looking around shows everyone is safe. Monika's covering her head with her arms on the ground. The sound of a car driving off brings my attention to the road. Averting my vision, the black car can be seen speeding away towards Diverse's house. The sight of that snaps nearly every emotion in me. Quick, Monika, call the police! I have to go to Diverse's house! An unharmed Monika gets up from the ground and looks around for a bit, then realizes what just happened a little bit ago. Todd, it's not safe here! We need to go! Hey, did you even hear me? You call them, we have to go! I don't have my phone, it's at home! Please, just do this for me! Hey, catch! Turning our attention towards Todd, he takes Monika's phone and tosses it up in the air. Once Monika looks towards the sky and catches it, she turns around to face me. Hurry up and go! I'll handle this for you! Without another word, I quickly turn on my heel and begin running towards Diverse's house, now with newfound determination. It's been a few minutes since I left the park, and I'm surprised at how well I'm keeping up pace. I haven't run with this much determination in a long time. My lungs are starting to hurt a little bit, but I can't stop. Just a few more minutes of this, then I'll be there. I can do this. I can do this. I have to. I have to make things right with him. A few more minutes have passed, and I'm starting to become tired. This is starting to take a toll on my body. Breathing has become more difficult, but I can't give up just yet. I'm surprised I was able to keep up with my pace the whole time. I'm noticing some of the houses around here are starting to look more familiar. These are the ones I see whenever I go to Diverse's house. Excitement and adrenaline jolts through me at that thought. That means I'm nearly there. While that thought does excite me, the flashing of red and blue lights up ahead catch my attention. As I'm getting closer and closer, I can make out the same black car from earlier. Wait, no, don't look suspicious. Stop running. Carefully bringing my running down into somewhat power walking, I survey the area until it's safe to start walking on the other side of the road. I can feel my heart nearly beating out of my chest at how fast it is. Out of nervousness of everything and out of breath. Another glimpse of the car being apprehended shows it's a third-gen Ford Mustang, one just like my dad used to own. That's not important right now. Look away and keep— Wait! Is that? Taking a moment to stop and see who exactly the police are arresting shows... Why him of all people? Wallace's dad's point of view. It's not like my son to not be at my office around this time. He was Wait a minute. God damn it, I knew I should have ordered more Even if I miss, I still know what to do. Okay. Phew. Finally made it. This feels surreal. Flashing red and blue lights are behind me now, barely visible. Now that I'm no longer within range of creating suspicion at all, my heartbeat remains stronger than normal, but slow to a manageable rhythm. However, what hasn't let up was the urgency of everything. Approaching his front door and placing my hand on his doorknob, I expect it to be locked. I really don't want to have to climb into his window to see if he's okay. Or turn my hand to open it, and... It's unlocked! I burst my way into his house. There's nobody in here. It's too quiet in here. Diverse, are you in here? There's no response. Where could he be? After staying quiet for a bit, my ears pick up on a faint sound from the upper floor. Looking up to the ceiling, I try to grasp what kind of sound that is, but can't quite make it out. There's no one down here at all. The sound coming from upstairs. That means I avert my attention from the ceiling to his stairs and make my way to the upper hallway. There it is! Sound of water running from his bathroom becomes louder and louder. Alright, I'll let it play. What if he's just showering? What if coming here was a bad idea? Isn't this trespassing? I'll just be quiet and take a peek. I quietly open the door. The sight in front of me puts me in complete shock. There lies Diverse, laying down in his shower, seemingly motionless. This does not look okay. Walking over to see his bare body excites me a bit, but that's not important. The water from his shower pelts his lower face and neck. His hair is all over the place. Quickly turning around, I turn off the shower handle and redirect myself to Diverse's body. My left arm under both his knees and my right arm wrapped around his upper body. I use what little strength I have left to pull him close and lift his body out of the shower. There's a weird deja vu moment from holding my baby like this again. It's hard to keep a grip on him due to how wet he is, but he's safe with me now. Upon entering his room, I walk over to lay his silent body on his bed and cover him up. Getting down on my knees, I bring his body close and place my ear where his heart is and listen carefully. Wait a minute. I forgot to turn the music down. Oh, thank goodness you're still alive. My hero. Emotions build up again. The stretch and pressure of everything finally catches up to me as I close my eyes and bring my head down to his chest. I'm sorry, love. I almost lost you again. I don't ever want to lose you. I'm so sorry. After everything that's happened, I'm feeling drained physically and emotionally. I could crawl in bed and fall asleep next to him, but I don't know how he feels about me after everything. And I can't let him know how he feels when he's... Gotta scratch my ear for a little bit. I wonder if he has a pen and paper in here somewhere. Wait a minute. Is this the good ending? What? I feel a little more refreshed than usual waking up today. Sluggishly getting up from my pillow, my eyesight adjusts to what's going on. My alarm clock reads 10:37. Ugh. Resting my head back on my pillow, I stare at my ceiling, rub the sleep out of my eyes, and begin questioning everything. Great, another school day missed. How did I sleep through my alarm? I don't even remember setting it yesterday. And why don't I have clothes on? I remember taking a shower yesterday, but running my hands through my wavy hair, I run through knots and tangles everywhere. My disappointment in today has jumped up a little bit, knowing that I'm gonna have to fix that. May as well get started, I guess. With that, I slowly get myself out of bed, without a clue on what I'm going to do today. Man, what am I gonna do for the rest of the day? I could take my time and get all ready for school, but what would be the point of just going for a half day? May as well get breakfast out of the way. Turning my attention over my cupboard, my peripheral vision picks up on something on my table. It's a piece of paper? Did I leave that there yesterday? My curiosity getting the better of me, I take a hold of the paper and begin unfolding it. Diverse, we need to talk about everything that has happened recently. Please meet me at our spot at 7 tonight. With all my love, Yuri. Yuri? We want to talk things over as well. How did she leave this in here? There's no one else that could have... Nobody else had... There's no one else that could have. Nobody else has her handwriting. With all my love? That means she really does care. Now I really want to see her and explain everything to her. 7 can't come soon enough. That being thought, I stop staring at my cupboard and open it to grab a box of cereal. Later that night, The anticipation of what's going to happen tonight has not escaped me at all today. Throughout the whole day and even the walk here, I couldn't stop thinking about what she could possibly have to say, and also what I want to discuss with her. Stepping into the park, I pull my phone from my jacket pocket and flip it open to check the time. 6:58 p.m. Well, this is what I get for leaving my house early. Maybe I should make my way over there and wait for her. Sudden yet strong gust of wind blows through the entirety of the park, causing leaves to be swept all over the place. This Arctic feeling causes me to shiver a little bit. That's when I wrap both of my arms around myself to keep my jacket from flying all over the place. I don't like that it's starting to get this cold out. Is it supposed to start snowing soon? What are me and Yuri gonna do about our spot when it starts snowing? Are we still gonna visit... There she is. This girl always has a way of drawing me in somehow. Her music she plays lures me into the ever so familiar forest trail. The sounds of this gusty glade and the bugs flying around manages to keep me level-headed. I can't help but remember the first time I made the walk down this trail in those weeks back. It was such an eye-opener back then. Yuri, this is where we became friends for the very first time. I hope this place still means that much to you. This place hasn't changed one bit since I was last here. Looking over to Yuri shows her playing her harp while looking out into the water in front of us. She doesn't look scary anymore. She looks like my best friend, but she seems sad. It is then that I remember the note I read earlier today. I think I'll ask her about that first. After a little bit of time, I must have been caught up in her peripheral vision as she stops playing and meets my gaze. She does nothing, however. We just stare at each other for a little bit, unsure of what to say or do. I don't have it in me to sit down on the tree for whatever reason. Hey, Diverse. I can sense the concern in her voice. Hey. The air around us feels heavy, and I don't like it. She carefully sets her harp on the grass next to her feet. Diverse, can you please come sit down next to me? Diverse, come here! No, stop it! She's not being scary right now. She sounds genuine. Taking a moment to breathe in and out, I slowly approach the tree and take a seat, making sure there's some distance between us. I instinctively wrap my arms around my body again to make myself feel more safe as I don't quite make eye contact with her. Are you feeling alright? The heaviness of the air around me makes me think longer and more before speaking to her. I'm alright. Okay, good. There's an immediate awkward silence between us. Feels like everything I wanted to talk about with her has escaped me right now. All I can do is stare at the water in front of us, feeling rather helpless. The seconds that pass feel like minutes, as my mind scrambles on how to bring up what I want to talk about. We eventually made up to each other every time. Though. I think you should do the same. How about I start with Yuri? Looking over at her shows her concerned face hasn't left. It's almost like she's pleading for me to go on. I feel bad about how I treated you yesterday. I'm sorry about that. You didn't deserve it. I feel like I do. I'm sorry? I do deserve it. I haven't been a very good girlfriend to you recently, and I'm sorry about that. Disappointment is plastered all over her face. I don't like seeing her this sad. I'd understand if you didn't want to be boyfriend and girlfriend anymore because of my recent actions. I can't do anything right, and that makes me feel useless. Why can't your dad ever help me around here? He's useless. He's worthless, you know? No, I don't like hearing her talk like that. It's made me feel bad every time my mom used those words. I think I know what I want to say. Please don't say that. I hope she sensed the desperation in my voice. Huh? It's time to get serious. By no means are you useless. I mean it. She seems shocked by my words. And another thing, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't ever want to say goodbye to you. Not now, not down the road, not ever. Do you mean that too? I do. But why? I've been awful around you. I decided to breathe in and out again before speaking. Because I feel guilty as well. I've done some stuff that I shouldn't have, and I'm not just talking about how I acted towards you. I don't think she could look any more confused. Like what? I can explain. Yesterday? This is too much! I don't want to see this! Turning away from them completely, I quietly make my way out of the club room before things get worse. Okay, I'm safe out here. I think. What even happened? Why is Yuri being so scary? And why was Natsuki being so mean? Did I do anything to make her Ah! Quickly placing my hands over my ears, the ladder of my fight or flight response kicks in as I start running towards the stairs. It's a lot quieter down here. Thank goodness. Maybe I should text Yuri sometime soon. Yeah, like, let her know that I'll be outside cooling down after everything. That doesn't sound too bad right about now. As I'm making my way to the school's entrance, something gets caught in my peripheral vision. Wallace. Looking over to my right shows Wallace messing around with stuff in his locker. It was Wallace's idea, not mine! So he caused everything. He wrote that damn letter. No, I'm not gonna leave him alone this time. Throwing on a more serious face, I turn on my heel and begin walking towards him. After a little bit, he notices me. A look of concern quickly turns into a contrived tough guy face. And what do you think you're doing? Purposely ignoring him and getting up close to him, I grab him by his blazer collar and manage to push him up against his locker. Oh, Jesus! What is your problem? With that goddamn letter and all! Hey, don't look at me. That was that pink hairball's idea. For a good long moment, my tough guy stance goes away as I'm not quite sure who to believe anymore. But she said it was his. Either way, he's still a main part of this. Well, still, was there any part of you that thought, oh, this might be a bad idea, maybe I shouldn't do something this stupid? Look, you're really trying my patience here. Just leave me the fuck alone and we can forget about this, or else your ass is gonna be in one of the lockers. Nope, you can't do that. How about I go tell your dad what you did, huh? Besides, how am I supposed to forget something like that? Next thing I know, Wallace pushes me back, grabs my blazer collar, turns us around and pushes me against the locker. I bring my head down low, almost in defeat. So that's why you walked in on us like that yesterday. Diverse. Looking over to meet her gaze again, it looks like she's trying to process everything I've told her. So, I'm sorry, Yuri. I feel like I caused most of this. Thank you for telling me this. I'm sorry, too, for how I've been acting recently. This weird feeling of obsession, of always wanting to be around someone. I've never experienced it before, and I never knew it could get this bad. I mean, I thought that was all part of being boyfriend and girlfriend, of being monogamous, but she does have a point. I'm not sure how to handle this. I don't want this to ruin us. Maybe she could see the school counselor that I do? Feel free to call us if you or your girlfriend need anything, you know? You know what? I wonder if... Mom... I wonder if you and Dad can help me with this somehow. Let's try this. Hey, listen to me real quick. She silently looks over to me. The sounds of bugs flying around in the water's flow plays out, and I try to think of how I want to go about approaching this. I just thought of something that might help the two of us. What is it? I'll have to talk to my parents about this first so they can help set everything up. What do you think about the both of us going to see someone, like a counselor or something, once a week or so? She doesn't give me the same hurt look from when I asked her about selling her knives, but she doesn't look too thrilled. Diverse, I don't know. I'm sure my parents' health insurance would be able to recover it. You don't have to mention your arms if you don't want to. If we were to do this, I promise I wouldn't bring it up. She remained silent for a while, more than likely deep in thought again. I don't blame her. This is pretty important and all, after all. The best thing would be to just enjoy the atmosphere around here while things are still calm and let her think. I can't help but notice her gaze shifting from the water to the grass below her. I wonder what she's thinking about. What am I gonna do if she says no? What do I say? Why didn't I think this far ahead? Maybe I shouldn't have brought this up in the first place. Why do I have to burden her with this? But at the same time, what would have happened had I not? My guess is that things would probably remain difficult for the two of us as time goes on. I don't want that. Not with something as invaluable as her. Maybe it's a good thing I asked her about this. As I noticed her meeting my gaze, I just now realized that I was staring at her the whole time. I hope she didn't notice. Promise? She isn't extending her pinky out like we usually would. It's okay, that doesn't need to happen every time. Of course. As I give her a slow confirming nod, she puts a smile on her face and reaches down to the ground for her bag. My curiosity grows at what the smile could be about. From her bag, she brings out my book that I forgot she had, a piece of paper and a pen. She unfolds the piece of paper and begins writing for a few seconds. Once she's done, she takes a hold of the paper, smile still on her face, and looks over to me. Diverse? I wrote this for you yesterday after you left. I thought you would never get to read this. I thought you wouldn't want to... So I can't begin to tell you how happy I am to give this to you. She gingerly hands me the unfolded piece of paper and I turn it over to begin reading. My beloved, I just want to say that I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for all the broken promises, and not being your friend when you needed it the most. I'm sorry for no longer acting like the girl that you fell in love with. My biggest regret is letting someone I am not ruin everything between us. From now on, I don't want to miss another moment with you and what we've become. If you let me, I'll be the friend you once made, and the girlfriend I know I can be. I will. Yours forever, Yuri. Yuri, do you really mean all this? I do. My heartbeat increases a little bit as my appreciation for her grows and grows. I can't believe it. My best friend of all time, the person I love the most beautiful girl I know, the one who took my very first time. Scooching over closer until I'm right next to her, I wrap my arms around her body and hug her tightly. She does the same, rests her head on mine, and time seems to slow down once again. The warmth being shared between us makes my smile even more genuine. Getting up from her shoulder to give her a kiss on the cheek, I lean towards her again to speak gently into her ear. Yuri, I missed you so much. Her angelic voice flickers back. I missed you too, darling. The next few moments between us were spent in a warm, comfortable silence, as it feels like our castle is being rebuilt brick by brick. I don't ever want to let go of her. After what could have been a full minute, the two of us released from each other, I take both her hands in mine as we simply enjoy each other's company once again. After a little bit, her expression becomes less and less euphoric. Hey, Diverse, listen to me real quick. Yes, what is it? An apprehensive face that she used to put on when I first met her makes an appearance. I want to do the same to Natsuki. What, you want to give her big hugs too? A smirk shows up in her face as I stick my tongue out at her. No, silly. In all seriousness, I want to go to Natsuki's place tonight and talk with her about everything. With what I saw, I can only imagine what happened after I left the club yesterday. That sounds like a good idea. But, could you please accompany me? I don't want to face this alone. There's a weird feeling of excitement flowing around me knowing that I'd be able to help my friend in need. Of course. As she smiles warmly at me, I get up from our spot and help lift her from where she is. Alright, let's do this thing. I'm eating my cracker now. My last one. Later that same night. So this is it? Yeah, I believe it is. That doesn't sound too promising, but at the same time, it would be kind of funny if we were at the wrong house for whatever reason. Believe it or not, this place is only a few minutes away from Yuri's place. That's good to know. My hand in hers, she approaches the door and rings the doorbell. After she steps back, the tension inside me rises a little bit. It's almost like how weird the air was at our spot earlier today. As seemingly nothing happens, I take a quick glance over to Yuri. She looks worried. I bet she's nervous about what could potentially happen. Taking advantage of this moment of silence, I squeeze her hand a bit harder and place my hand on her right shoulder. She does the same, and the warmth shared between us always feels nice and relaxing. But we quickly return back to normal once we hear the doorknob being messed around with. Hey kid, what are you doing here? We would both like to see Natsuki for a moment. Yeah, hold on. What even is life anymore? He turns around, steps back in his house, and from the muffled voice, I can only hear. He turns around, steps back in his house, and from the muffled voice, I can only imagine he said, "Natsuki, your friends are here." Another moment of waiting plays out, and some shuffling around can be heard inside the house. It isn't long before the door opens up again, and she steps out onto her front porch. When she notices the two of us, she looks concerned, almost scared. Yuri, on the other hand, looks disappointed in herself. Yuri? If you listen close enough, you could hear a hint of fear in her voice. Hey, we need to talk. Well, I knew I would be here for her support, but if this is between the two of them, then does that mean... You want me to step aside for a bit? No. The sudden shift in tone catches the both of us off guard. Please, stay here with us. Alright. May as well do what she says. The air around us seems a bit weird, as no one seems to know what to say first, but the silence is broken by Yuri. Look, Natsuki. About yesterday. I'm sorry I was so mean to you. She then looks down to the ground in defeat. No, I kinda had it coming. I should be the one who's sorry. Silence surrounds all of us as we're waiting for her to continue. That's when she turns to face me. Diverse, look, bro. I'm sorry about the whole letter thing. I thought it was just gonna be some stupid joke. I didn't think it would hurt you that bad. Well, it definitely feels nice to hear this from her, but now I'm curious. Wait, so it wasn't your idea after all? Yesterday, Wallace told me it was yours all along. As if. You're really gonna believe what that lowlife has to say? And goes to the back of my head. Low life is a good word for him. Good point. And Yuri? I shouldn't have been so mean to you either. I guess I was just so fed up with you and Diverse that I felt like I couldn't tell you how upset I was. Natsuki, it's okay. Knowing me, I probably wouldn't have listened to you back then. If anything, I'm glad you told me now rather than never. There's an unusually awkward silence between all of us again. Do you still want to be friends after all this? Promise you won't be mean to me anymore? Small smile finally makes its way onto Yuri's face. I'll try my best. That's when Natsuki walks up to Yuri and hugs her. I'm guessing she wasn't expecting that. Yuri wraps her arms around her. I can't help but smile at the scene in front of me. It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. Voice makes my heart skip a beat for whatever reason. I guess she just has that effect on me. Thanks. Spend some time with me in the club, why don't ya? Gets a little lonely in there sometimes. I'll see what I can do. No, once me and Yuri finish her book, maybe I'll give that one manga series of hers a try again. What was it called again? Pudding Girls? Once the two of them release from each other, smiles still on their faces, Natsuki averts her attention over to me. And Diverse? I'm to go behind my back. Yes? I'll try not to be so mean to you either. But this doesn't mean you can push my buttons as you'd like, you know? That's probably the last thing I want to do. Got it, thanks. I decide to extend my hand towards her, out in the open. When she realizes what I'm trying to get at, she takes the hint and gives a gentle yet firm shake. A dumb smirk shows up on her face. Oh no, I got the cooties now! A laughing fit breaks out between the three of us. Feels like things are heading in the right direction once again, and I can't help but feel helpful at what's about to be in the store for all of us. Whoa, 6 months later! Holy crap! It's been 6 months since Yuri and I decided to rebuild our castle. The time between us has been nothing short of a journey, to say the least. Our counseling session started out a little bit rocky and took some getting used to, but we were eventually able to make it a part of our everyday lives. Yuri and I were able to discuss some pretty important topics. Mainly stuff like how to go about dealing with people, difficult emotions when it comes to dating, and even financial advice for our future. We were able to talk about stuff like budgeting, bookkeeping, and other words that could continue this alliteration. What really surprised me was that Yuri, all on her own I must add, brought up her arms to our counselor and asked for advice on how to deal with the feelings involved with that. She's been making pretty good progress about that and has kept her gold knife clean for us. It makes me proud of her every time she asks me to hold on to it so she doesn't feel tempted at all. Not only that, but getting to spend time in the club with other members and not just being each other's side is a... Not only that, but getting to spend time in the club with other members and not just being by each other's side is a thing we were both able to work on. With the principal being gone away in jail, the school had to hire a brand new one. A really tall, thin guy, probably about 20 years older than us. Talked with him a few times. Everyone calls him Mr. Aussie for whatever reason, and he's got a cool accent. But other than that, Wallace ended up moving to a different school, and his two other idiot friends that used to mess with Yuri and I kinda just gave up. They still talk to each other, but they don't really bother anyone anymore. Not with their gatekeeper gone. Both Yuri and I were able to help each other get our grades up to the bare minimum with the school Both Yuri and I were able to help each other get our grades up to, at the bare minimum, what the school considers satisfactory, so that's a relief. Monica and Sayori have been their same friendly selves the past 6 months, which has made things run smoothly. Natsuki was nice enough to give me another chance at reading her manga again, and I was able to get through the first 4 volumes. The slice of life genre really isn't that bad. both in books and in manga. Now, of course, Yuri and I still spend time with each other in the club. In fact, we both decided to start going through our very first horror novel together. Usually I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff, but she reassured me that she'll be there all the time in case things become too scary for me. Even after all this time, she still has that charm to her that I love so very much. I can never remember the book's name off the top of my head, though. I want to say it's something like The Picture of Microwave, but that just sounds off. Of course it's The Portrait of Markov! Today in the club, and the school day in general, has been pretty ordinary. Nobody bothered us, and classes have been going okay. Even with talk of the end-of-year exams going on. But right now, it's just me and her, trying to get through the second chapter of her book. Wait, hold up, I'm sorry? Hey, what's that word mean? Oh, which one? Point towards the third paragraph of the page that our left thumb is on. That one. Instinctively. I've never heard that word before. Oh? I must have glossed over that one. I think the author may have made a spelling mistake right there. Okay, that would make sense. I was gonna say, I know the word instinctively makes sense in that sentence. I just had to do a double take. I see. Her free hand wraps around my free arm, which makes me feel warm inside as I avert my attention to her. You doing okay? This isn't too much for you, is it? I can't help but smile at how caring she's being. I'm feeling okay right now, thanks. Flash her a bright but not over-ridiculously smile. I seem to have made her a bit happier. Ahem. Both of us turn our attention to Monica, whose friendly attitude remains consistent. Hey Yuri, mind if I borrow Diverse for a little bit? Why? I haven't done anything wrong lately. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. It's just some important club-related stuff I need to go over with him. After a weird moment of silence, Yuri and I look over at each other, almost unsure what to think, and then back over to Monica. May as well get this over with and see what she wants. I'll be right back then. With Yuri not saying a word, I quietly get up from my desk and approach Monica. The both of us leave the club room. My curiosity has been slowly rising, even within the short walk of the club room to here. Okay, what's going on? Diverse, you do remember what tomorrow is, right? Oh, how could I forget? Tomorrow's Yuri's birthday! About a week ago, Monica and I came up with the idea of celebrating her birthday in the club. We're not going to make it to anything too spectacular or outlandish. Yeah, I remember. That came by faster than I thought. What do we have planned so far? Well, I'm going to be going over to Sayori's place tonight so that we can make up a birthday card. Natsuki agreed to make some cupcakes for tomorrow. Oh, okay. That sounds great! Oh, shush! You don't want Yuri to hear, do you? Right, sorry. Anyway, what were you gonna do for Anyway, what were you gonna do for tomorrow? I'll probably just sign whatever card you guys end up making, and I know what gift I'm gonna get her. Ooh, care to share? I'm sorry, Monica, I can't quite do that. I want it to be a surprise, but I'm gonna need some help with the presentation. What do you mean? I'll need someone to cover her eyes. I see. Just let me know when. Oh, I'll give you the signal. No need to worry. Okay then. Ready to head back inside? I have to dismiss the club now. Yeah, sure thing. The club dismissed for the day, I can't help but feel an almost jittery nervousness just by walking Yuri back to her house. Wintertime has come and passed, and pretty much all the snow around us has melted. The temperature still hangs around freezing, which I'm hoping will be going up more and more pretty soon. Other than that, what's about to go down tomorrow, I can't stop myself from feeling excited about it. As we're walking hand in hand back to her place, Yuri breaks the silence between us. Hey darling? What did Monica want to talk with you about? Uh-oh, I can't tell her that. I don't want to mess up the surprise. Let's try this instead. It's a secret to everybody. I knew that one adventure game I played years ago would come in handy one of these days. If that's so, then why does Monica know about it? Okay, maybe not. Good point. So is it really a secret, though? Yeah, I'm sorry, I would have let you know otherwise. No, I understand. Should I ask her if she's excited for tomorrow? No, she might suspect something. Speaking of tomorrow, looking down at my hand and hers, I bring my thumb away from hers and place mine where her thumb meets her hand. Carefully gliding around the diameter of her thumb, she pulls away and giggles for a bit. Diverse, that tickles. What are you doing? I give her a cute, coy smile. Nothing. You're being silly today, you know that? No, I'm being diverse today. She giggles again. No, you. Once Yuri approaches and unlocks her front door, she turns around to face me. I'll see you tomorrow, love. Yes, tomorrow. I lean to give her a quick kiss, to which she returns a favor. Once she pulls away, she gives me her always lovely smile and closes the door behind her. Turn around and slowly I turn around and start walking away. However, I'm not headed towards my house this time. I start making my way to the closest bus stop. Got a few stops to make for tomorrow to be a success. Monica's point of view? Oh, never mind. Okay, so this really was the good ending. Honestly, the bad ending wasn't really a bad ending. It was more of a hopeful ending. Hi, Sayori! Monica! Did you remember to bring everything for your place today?
I sure did.
What about the birthday card?
I've got it right here.
Siri pulls out a folded piece of paper from her purse and hands it over to me. Taking a closer look at it, it shows that it has all 4 signatures of the club members on there, sans Yuri. It's one thing I told her to do today. See the club members throughout the school day and get this done. She did it without fail. Good work. Give this to her when the time comes.
You got it!
Natsuki makes her way into the room, carrying a tray of 1 dozen cupcakes. Hey, glad you could make it. Yo, Monica, where do you want all these? Here, hang on, I got this. Walking over to where Natsuki is, I take the tray of cupcakes from her, turn around and walk over to the desk that's next to Yuri's. I thought the bad ending was going to be horrible. It was manageable at least, but I'm glad there's an all good yeah, me too. Walking over to where Natsuki is, I take the tray of cupcakes from her, turn around and walk over to the desk that's next to Yuri's. Once I carefully place it on the desk, Sayori breaks the silence in the room.
Ooh, can I taste test one now?
No!
Aww.
We originally agreed on half a dozen, but Natsuki brought up painful memories of Sayori's bottomless stomach. We all have to wait until everyone's all settled in.
Okay. Speaking of which, when are Diverse and Yuri supposed to be here?
I told Diverse to purposely show up late to the club so that we could get everything all set up. Now let's go wait a minute. Oh crap, that was Monica speaking. I told Diverse to purposefully show up late to the club so that we could get everything all set up. Now let's go ahead and get their banner hung up. Diverse's point of view. It's finally time. Escaping the chatter of all the people in my algebra class, I spend no time packing up my stuff and leaving. There's been a crazy feeling of anticipation inside me all day, and it never seemed to go away. Needless to say, lunchtime with Yuri today was especially difficult, knowing that I couldn't talk about anything. She did bring one of my favorites today, lychee fruit. Maybe she wanted to bring in something we both like because of what today is. I mean, she's got to know it's her birthday today, right? Stopping by my locker, I put away all the stuff that I know I won't need for the rest of the day and close it up. Monica wanted Yuri and I to show up late to the club to get everything all set up, so this is one thing I can do, I guess. As I close my locker door, I turn towards the stairs to see Yuri walking towards me. Hey, Diverse. Oh, hey there. Our smiles complement each other as I think about what I'm going to do next. Without much of a warning, I approach her, wrap my arms around her body, and rest my head on her shoulder. After a little bit, she does the same, and we share this moment of comfortable silence between us. Her hugs feel as warm as they always do, even after all this time, and I appreciate each and every single one of them. Anything you'd like to do today in the club? It doesn't really matter what answer she gives me. I know what's about to go down. I was hoping we could read more of my book today, if that's fine. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Yeah, I don't mind. You can do that. Now that I think about it, we might be able to get around to it if everything goes well. Once we break away from each other, I take her hand in mine and we make our way to the club room. I can feel my heartbeat increasing quite a bit as we approach the club room. Sorry. I didn't think I'd be feeling this nervous about everything. What if Monica doesn't have everything all set up in time? I don't think I did that good of a job at stalling our arrival here. Diverse, are you alright? Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm okay. Okay. You just seem nervous about something. Wow, I'm not good at hiding my expressions at all, am I? Sorry if I look that way. I'm fine, I promise. Alright, if you say so. Once we approach the club room door, my nervousness skyrockets internally as I open the door. Once the two of us enter the club room, I immediately pick up on how different the room looks. Looks like I made it just in time. The other three girls direct their attention towards us. Surprise! After hearing a light gasp from Yuri, the room becomes silent as if she's taking in the atmosphere of everything. I'm glad I kept myself reserved even after the three of them said that. Maybe it's best if I break the silence to make the place not so awkward. This is why I was a little more silent than usual today. I get it now. Makes me happy to see our banners still in one piece and in decent shape even after all these months. But I can't help but wonder what's going to happen to it at the end of the school year. Okay, is it cup time yet? Excuse me. Okay, is it cupcake time yet? Both Yuri and I giggle a little bit at that. Some things never change, I guess. You bet it is. Natsuki, you may do the honors.
Oh, I wanted to!
Suddenly, I'm imagining Sayori turning into a vacuum, and I'm kind of enjoying every moment of life right now. Come on, let's go to my seat now. Being ripped out of my trance, I avert my attention to her and give her a friendly smile. Yes, let's. With matching smiles, we make our way over to Yuri's desk, bring a chair close by, and we take a seat next to each other like we usually do. After a moment of waiting, Natsuki can be seen lifting the aluminum foil off her see-through tray and starts walking around the room. She hands out a cupcake to both Sayori and Monica, then walks over to where Oh, god damn it. She hands out a cupcake to both Sayori and Monica, then walks over to where Yuri and I are and places two cupcakes down on our desk. Thanks, bro. Okay, maybe that was a little out of place. Okay, no problem. Become a little more used to calling her that whenever I deem it appropriate, and Yuri doesn't seem to mind at all. Looking around the room shows Monica happily enjoying her cupcake, and her face says it all. Sayori, on the other hand, smashes hers onto her upper lip in such a way that the frosting spreads all over her nose. Always a kid at heart, I suppose. That's when I remember that Yuri and I still have one waiting for each of us. They almost look like the ones from the festival way back then, but the frosting is cream-colored instead of tie-dye. The cake's color nearly looks the same. Wondering what flavor it could possibly be, I carefully take a bite. Buttercream frosting? Butter pecan cake! These taste and feel divine! I have to let her know! Yo, Natsuki, these are the best ones you've ever made! She puts on a cheerful smile. Well, good! But it's not like I had you in mind when making them, you know. No, don't get mad. Pretty sure she's not being mean right now. But still, though. Yeah, I get it. Before I take another bite of mine, I quickly look over to Yuri to see her bright and happy face. She looks as cute as always, even on her special day. Averting my attention shows Sayori quietly taking another cupcake out of the tray and stuffing it in her mouth. It takes a while for Natsuki to notice what's going on. Ah, Sayori!
I can't help it! They're so good!
I have to agree. It is then that I feel a tap-tap on my left shoulder. I instinctively turn my head towards Yuri. I'll agree as well. These are the best ones she has made so far. Most definitely. After a moment or two, we all had our fill of cupcakes, but only 2 remain. I have a feeling that Sayori is going to find a way to take them home somehow. After a little bit of silence, Monica clears her throat in front of all of us to get our attention. Okay, Sayori, do you have that card? Oh man, it's time.
Yeah, I got it!
With that, Sayori gets up from her desk and her purse in hand and walks over until she's in front of Yuri and I. Reaching into her purse, she pulls out the piece of paper that I was given near the beginning of the school day, unfolds it, and hands it over to Yuri. As she reads it, I can't help but lean my head towards her so I can remember what the card said. Happy birthday, our lovely friend. We wish you happiness your heart can hold. Here's to another fabulous year of life. You're simply the best. Monica, Natsuki, Sayori, and Diverse. Once Yuri puts the card down, her smile grows more and more. Thank you, everyone.
We gotta get something else as well!
Oh? It seems like everyone's attention is on Sayori now.
I didn't have much to spend on a birthday gift, so this is all I can afford.
Sayori reaches into her purse once again to grab her gift. Presented in front of Yuri is a notebook filled with lined paper and a 6-pack of ultra-fine point permanent markers in different colors. Yuri takes them from her and stares at them for a second or two, places them on her desk and puts on a soft smile. You didn't have to do this for me. Thank you, Sayori.
No problem!
Sayori takes a few steps away from us. Sounds of stuff being moved around can be heard over near the teacher's desk. Averting my attention towards there shows Monica messing around with stuff, as if she's trying to get her obtain something. After a moment, Monica regains her composure and starts walking over to where Yuri and I are. Monica carefully sets down 3 books stacked on top of each other on her desk, right by Sayori's gift. Yuri takes one off the stack to inspect it, to which I end up doing the same. The blocky characters and landscapes on the front cover. Oh, I know! These novels are based on the one popular sandbox game that came out a good number of years ago. This will be nice to read through sometime. Hold on, wait. Is it referencing Minecraft or Roblox? I'm gonna go with Minecraft because I like Minecraft more. Those will be nice to read through sometime. Looking over to place the book back up on top of the other one, Yuri's smile from earlier shows up again. Thank you too, Monica. Of course! Another weird moment of silence fills the room as I come to a sudden realization. Silence is quite suffocating, but... oh man. It's actually time. I think I can feel my heartbeat increase as Monica turns her attention to me. No, don't start panicking now! It's okay, just stick with the plan. Diverse? Once I'm able to calm myself down and remember how everything's gonna go, I quickly yet carefully takes Yuri's right hand in mine, but not so that our fingers mesh. With nervousness building up inside, I keep my grip on her hand and stand up from my chair. It's time. Monica seems to get the hint as she walks past me behind Yuri and places both of her hands over Yuri's eyes. That seemed to catch her off guard, which is what we want right now. Whoa! Monica?! I'm unable to hold my smile from her as I realize what's about to happen. This dreamy feeling of everything turning out right doesn't last long as feeling Yuri's hands wiggle around in mine kicks my motives into high gear. Quickly reaching down into my pocket, I bring out my gift for her, and in one fell swoop... it's the poem! There we go. On her right hand's ring finger. Oh wait, no, never mind. It was a ring. I'm relieved to find out that I managed to get the right size. Once Monica takes her hands away from her and steps back, Yuri seems to be brought back to reality and carefully looks at her right hand. Once Yuri gasps at what was put on her finger, the other three girls seem to get the hint as well. Its amethyst shines brightly from the rays of sunlight flowing in through the windows. Yuri then looks over to me in astonishment, as if she has to confirm what I just gave her. Now you know why I was being silly when we walked home yesterday. With starscapes in her eyes, the most beautiful, unforgettable of smiles shows up on her face. When she gets up from her seat and her composure is upright, she extends both her arms, without a care in the world it seems, to bring me in for a hug. Come here. Her angelic voice draws me in as I do what she says with a loving smile on my face, tightly wrapping my arms around her body and resting my left cheek on her shoulder. Her grip on me is stronger than usual, which makes me feel even more important and loved, all within the walls of her gentle arms. Feeling every ounce of her love that she presses into me makes me feel more at home, more awake, more alive, more worth it. The grape-scented perfume I got her for Christmas makes itself known and it doesn't bother me one bit. All eyes on us are irrelevant now. That's when I whisper in her ear, quiet enough so that no one else can hear us. Happy birthday, Yuri. I love you so much. Thank you, darling. I love you too, like no other.
Aren't these two so cute?
I agree. They're lovers, but they just look like a mother and child. Even still, those two are gross. I wish this moment between us could last forever, but I have to remember that 3 other people are in the room right now. Might as well end it off with this. Hey, come over to my place tonight. I'll make dinner for the both of us. I'd love to. Yet another club meeting out of the way, a very special one at that. Once Monica dismissed all of us, Yuri took her new gifts, put them in her bag, and the both of us got up from her desk. Instead of walking out with her, I tug on her hand to get her attention. Hey Yuri, could you please wait outside for me? There's something I need to get taken care of before we leave. Oh, sure thing. Just try not to take too long, dear. Nodding at her out of acknowledgement, she turns away from me and begins walking out of the club room. Hearing the door close to confirm she's not here, I start looking around and breathe a sigh of relief to see that Sayori's still here. Thank goodness. A weird sense of deja vu shows up as I make my movement more optimal so I can get her attention before she leaves for the day. Once I'm up close to her, I poke on her shoulder, to which she turns around to face me.
Diverse?
I just stand in front of her feeling a little bit nervous. It's a bit hard to think of what I want to say to her. Sayori? Without a warning, I carefully approach her and wrap my arms around her, nowhere near as tight as I did to Yuri today. She doesn't initially respond. I just want to say thank you. After a little bit, she lightly wraps her arms around me.
What for?
If it wasn't for you bringing me into the club near the beginning of the school year, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't have met all of you, and I can't imagine how boring life would have been without this club. So I can't thank you enough for everything. I think I hear a faint come out of her as she grips me a little bit harder.
Aww, thank you, Diverse. Monica and I are really happy to have you in our club, you know?
And thank you for accepting me as who I am. I'm glad to call you a friend.
Me too, Diverse.
After a short while, we break away from each other, say our goodbyes, and leave the club room for the day. Later that day, not much went on after my chat with Sayori. Just the usual walking Yuri back to her place and then back to mine, but this time it's different. She's been over to my place plenty of times for dinner between the two of us, but this time feels a bit more special. I feel like I've done my best for her so far today, and I want to keep it up for her on her special day. It's become much warmer in my kitchen, despite the cool weather that was brought upon us today. Water has been brought to a boil on my stovetop, and a second frying pan has a flame lit underneath. Opening the box of spaghetti and pouring its contents into the water in front of me, I walk over to my fridge, but get distracted by the piece of paper that's stuck there by a magnet. Oh yeah, the poem I wrote Yuri for her birthday. It took me a long time to get just right. Man, I can't wait to see how she'll react to this one. I hope it will make her proud. I should probably... That being thought, I remove the poem from the fridge, fold it a few times, and stuff it in my pocket for later. Next, I open the fridge and pull out a jar of sauce and the garlic toast. Setting them on the counter, a weird feeling of excitement strikes me out of nowhere at the thought of her coming over to my house again and her reaction to everything I have planned. Even though we've been together for 6 months now, butterflies still manage to fly around at thought of spending quality time with her. With a somewhat brighter smile on my face and a warm feeling that runs laps inside me, I take 2 pieces of toast and place them on the empty pan in front of me. A loud sizzle makes itself known through my kitchen, which is always satisfying for whatever reason. The sound of the door being knocked on interrupts me from grabbing the big wooden spoon for the spaghetti. I don't think she'd be here this early. I still have a ways to go. Just a second! Once I'm done stirring the pasta so it doesn't stick all over the place, I turn around and make my way over to my front door, excitement remaining steady. Diverse, I really appreciate you doing this, but if you don't want your spaghetti to stick all over the place, don't rinse it with sink water. Don't rinse your spaghetti. Use olive oil or butter or something like that to make it better. Opening the door shows her in her usual wool sweater, looking as cute as always. I'm not sure how to react to the black garment bag she has in her left hand. It's nearly not as big as she is. It's nearly as big as she is. Hey, love. She smiles at me and walks into my house. Closing the door behind her, an unexpected silence plays out for a few seconds, but doesn't last long. Hey, love. Smells good in here. Smells good in here. Taking a moment to inhale, the smell of the garlic toast brings me back to reality. Oh no, they might be burning! Oh, that's right, I'm not done yet. Diverse, wait. Before I turn around to go back to the kitchen, I raise an eyebrow at her and listen to what she has to say. Just letting you know, I'll be at the restroom real quick. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad. Got it. I'll stay down here and look after things. Okay, love. The smile still on her face, she walks away from me and heads towards my stairs with the garment bag still in her hand. I can't help but watch her as the bag goes upstairs, wondering why she brought it and also what's inside. Once she's out of sight, my sense of hearing overpowers everything at the sizzling from my stovetop. Redirecting my attention to the stove to make sure my house won't explode, I take advantage from this moment to focus on getting dinner all ready for us. And... yeah, pasta feels just fine. Turning off all 3 of the burners, one for the pasta, sauce and toast, the sounds of footsteps can be heard coming from the stairwell. Yuri shows up in my kitchen not long after. Oh, welcome back! Mm-hmm. Is everything going alright? Yeah, I'm just about done. Could you help bring some stuff over? Oh, sure thing. Short amount of time, the 2 of us managed to get the pasta strained in its own plastic bowl, toast on a plate, and sauce into a big glass bowl. Everything brought over to my table, the smell of everything fills my entire house. It's pretty enjoyable. 2 of us, with our plates and forks, takes a seat at the table and start preparing our plates. Careful silence plays out between us as we both start digging in. Man, I'm glad I bought the kind of sauce my mom always used to get. I loved this ever since I was a kid. Feels like Bliss and I take another bite, how the pasta feels and all the vegetables inside the sauce. After a short while of enjoying myself without a care in the world, the sound of Yuri giggling to herself breaks me from my trance. Now I'm curious. What, did you hit your funny bone or something? Diverse, is it really that good? Okay, I guess not then. Yeah, why? It's all over your face. As she remains as cute as always, I bring a hand to my left cheek and do a left to right sweeping motion. And sure enough... Oh, oops. You're so cute, Diverse. And goes to the back of my head. No, stop it. You're gonna make me turn red. How could you be even more? I love her sense of humor whenever it decides to shine through. After a little laughter fit between us, I clean myself up so that I'm not so red anymore. In all seriousness, this is really good. Thank you for this, Diverse. It's no problem. You should see the baby pictures of me my mom put somewhere in here, though. Every time my mom made this, I always had to take my shirt off because I would get it literally everywhere. You'll have to show me those sometime. Show her those sometime. You mean I haven't yet? Good lord, I guess I haven't. Wait, show her the poem for her. After we're done eating. Right now might not be the best time for that. Didn't take long for the two of us to finish up everything that was on our plates. Granted, there's still more left over, but oh well. Yuri gets of her seat with her plate and utensils. Come on, let's get everything all cleaned up. Then we can have the whole day to ourselves. Without a word, I nod at her, grab my stuff, and the both of us walk over to the sink. As Yuri turns on the sink to start washing our plates, I take the liberty of putting the rest of the spaghetti in the fridge. Once I close the door and look over to Yuri, remembering what I wanted to give her strikes me and brings out a bit of nervousness. I guess now's the time. Carefully bring out the poem from my pocket and unfolding it, I slowly approach her and rest my head on her shoulder. After a second or two, she notices what's going on and rests her head on mine. Diverse, is something wrong? Anything but. No, nothing's wrong. I just... Moving my head away from hers, I present to her the poem, but face it in such a way where the words are facing me. I wrote this for you a while ago, and I thought it would be best to show you this on your birthday. She looks surprised to see a poem presented to her outside of the club room. As she drops what she's doing, she turns the sink off, grabs a towel to dry her hands, and carefully takes the poem away from me. I believe the morning sun's always gonna shine again, and I believe a pot of gold wails at every rainbow's end. I believe in roses kissed with dew. Why shouldn't I believe the same in you? I believe in make-believe, fairy tales and lucky charms, and I believe in promises spoken as you cross your heart. I believe in skies forever blue. Why shouldn't I believe the same Why shouldn't I believe the same in you? I believe there'll come a day, maybe it will be tomorrow, when the bluebird flies away and all we'll have to do is follow. I believe a dream can still true. I believe a dream can still come true. Why shouldn't I believe the same in you? They may say I'm a fool, feeling the way that I do. You can call me Pollyanna. Say I'm crazy as a loon. Say I'm crazy as a loon. I believe in silver linings, and that's why I believe in you. I believe in friends and laughter, and the wonders love can do. I believe in songs and magic, and that's why I believe in you. You may say I'm a fool, feeling this way about you. There's not much I can do. I'm gonna be this way my life through. 'Cause I still believe in miracles. I swear I've seen a few. And the time will surely come when you can see my point of view. I believe in second chances, and that's why I believe in you. Diverse. This might just be one of the sweetest things you've ever written for me. Thank you so much. Without a warning, she gently embraces me once again, wraps her arms around me, and I rest my head on her shoulder. After a moment or two of this accomplished feeling running through me, she speaks gently into my ear. There's something we read in a book of mine once that I've always wanted to do. What's that, love? Once we break away from each other, her expression seems a bit more relaxed, almost matching mine. Does your record player in the living room still work? It does. Where's she going with it? What the fuck? Is this an Earthbound reference? Wait, is it? I've never played Earthbound. but I do remember the Earthbound music tracks that were played at the beginning of the mod. I think I kind of knew that this was gonna. Anyway, no, never mind. I didn't really know what was gonna happen, but it suddenly just clicked to me after she said, "Is your record player still working?" She's gonna dance with him just like she did with her mother. Where's she going with this? Fantastic. Please pick out a good one for us. I'll be right back. A good one? Sure, okay. That she turns around and makes her way back up the stairs again. Pick out a good one for us. Something we read in a book of hers. We've only read through 2 books of hers, though. Hey, let's just do as she says. Entering my living room, I make my way over to the record player that resides next to my big CRT TV. It's been quite a while since I last played anything on it. Instinctively holding my breath, I blow all the dust off it and back away for a little bit to let the small storm go away. Once I deem it safe, I avert my attention to the stack of records I have and flip through them. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, it was teased near the beginning of the mod, and I had a feeling. So, yep. That's really sweet. Yeah, it is really sweet. The one at the very end of the stack catches my attention. Select songs from Sega. Pulling it out and staring at the cover for a little bit, I turn around and start reading the list of songs on the back cover. You know what? I think it's time, friend. The sound of footsteps can be heard from my stairwell. Diverse? Oh? Looking over towards my stairwell shows... Whoa! Holy crap, that is a really well-drawn sprite. Yo! I hope I didn't leave you waiting for too long. My mouth is pretty much agape at this point. Oh my god, she's so beautiful! I've seen that dress before. From the pawn shop, maybe? I just want to tell her how she is the most beautiful girl in the world, but I can barely think of the words to say right now, let alone utter them. It's okay. Did you pick a record out for us? I've been so busy staring at her that I nearly forgot I have a vinyl in my hands. I did. As she elegantly strides into my living room, holding the bottom of her dress like a princess would, I turn around, pull the vinyl out of its case, onto the player, and set the needle specifically on the very last track. Alright, I'll let it play. Author's note, it is recommended to go into your settings and turn up the music volume. Okay. As the turntable noise echoes throughout my living room, Yuri happily approaches me and places both her hands around my shoulders. I wrap both of my arms around her waist in return. Not only does this feel intimate between us, but her dress feels really nice as well. Meeting her gaze, my smile matches hers as we take the first steps together. It's a bit awkward at first, having never done this in my life before, trying to coordinate which foot goes forwards and which goes back. But she's here to guide me along the way, just like everything we've been through ever since we first met. Every slow swaying motion between us feels surreal, like something out of a storybook. After a little bit, her expression looks less relaxed, as if she's just left Cloud 9. Hey, is this too much for you, love? No. It's just, I've never done this before. She closes her eyes and brings her head close so that our foreheads and noses touch. It's starting to get a little warm in here. It's okay, just follow what I do. Okay. How are you feeling, by the way? I truly feel like the happiest girl alive.
Just hearing that makes me feel much more happy and comfortable around her, as if I'm doing something right.
I lift my right hand from her waist, up to hers on my shoulder. With the left hand on my right, our fingers mesh together and are brought away from our bodies. Our tandem movement becomes more animated, the music spinning us around, gravity seemingly lost its effect. Gravity seemingly losing its effect. Even during this moment of bliss, my mind still manages to find ways to be mean to me. Hey Yuri, we're almost done with high school, and there's so many things I'm unsure about. Like what? Like, the characters in the books we read, we eventually have to let them go once their story is done. Promise me that ours will never end. Of course it won't. We have a whole future to face together. And I'll make sure of it. Both us and time come to a stop as we stare into each other's eyes again. I don't know my feelings for her could swell this much more. Leaning in even closer, I close my eyes and press my lips against hers. My feelings light ablaze as she passionately returns the favor. This isn't a let's have this lead somewhere else kiss, though. This is more of a I'm so very thankful for you and what we are kind of kiss. After we break away from each other's yet remain close, the knocking on my door interrupts the two of us. Oh, I'll get it. Stepping away from her and opening my front door, my eyes can't believe who's in front of me. His parents! Mom! Dad! A few months later... To whom it may concern, we here have determined that you are eligible to collect supplementary security income. Your librarian job request results approved. Start date September 1st. Oh, she got a job at as a librarian. A few years later. For sale. Sold. And they're getting married. And they had a kid together. Oh, she even named her Ellie. She's playing with the rest of the group. Is that the end? If I'm being completely honest, the bad ending wasn't so bad either. And that's it. That is our castle walls done. Mr. Zera the Mant. Good job, dude. Wow, this is a great mod, actually. I really love this mod. It's probably one of my favorites I've played so far. I'm gonna have a really, really difficult time trying to come up with all of the different parts of each and every single one of these I mean, I'm definitely gonna have some really hard time just comparing to which mod that I've played in my first chapter is just so far. I've played Vigilante, I've played Fruits, and now I've played Castle Walls. But now that comes back to the question. There's one more mod that I have to play for the first chapter until I move on to the next one. And that is Switcheroo. Are all of these Discord people? Excuse me. Looks like they're all Discord from the number. Yeah. But remember, Discord removed that feature, so I guess I'm not gonna really know how to contact these people. And so our unlikely hero and our faithful princess lived happily ever after. Thank you very much for playing my mod. Thank you for making this, honestly. Old name should still work though. Oh, okay. Is that it? Oh crap. Yeah, I think that's it. It's not letting me click on anything anymore. Yep. At this point, I think I can just close the game. Wow. Unless if there's more things to this that I'm missing out on. Nope. Nope. All right. Thank you, everyone. Oh boy. What an episode that was. Bringing up the climax and everything. Clickly, clickly. Is that all? Yeah. Keep doing that after the mod is over. Clickety, clickety. Is that all? Yeah. I'm just trying to look for secrets and stuff like that I may have missed. Because when it comes to mods, I am very, very... Look at it, yeah. That was a good mod. I'm new to these streams, and this was really fun, to be honest. Oh, yeah. I'm really glad you guys stopped by and take a look. Yeah, this mod is really, really good. I'm gonna have to come with the, when I finish the first chapter, which I still have one more mod to do with this chapter after this one. When I do finish the first chapter, I could probably rank the 4. But I want to see if I can try and do that once I finish all 6 of them. All 6 chapters. Each of them have 4 mods. So I've still got a lot of streams left to do. I've still got a lot of content left to do, and I couldn't be more excited to get through all of these. I've been steering away from gameplay from all of them for a good portion, yeah, yeah. I'm honestly really, really excited for the rest of the chapter. So, for my next stream, I am going to be playing Switcheroo. DDLC Switcheroo. I know that one has the FemMC and all the boy alternatives of the girls. That would be real. That's going to be really fun. But anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching this. I really appreciate you guys coming in. And I really hope you guys enjoyed Castle Walls, because I certainly did. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye!